Just a second. I think I can't see the mixer. Hold up. Sound's gonna go off for a little bit. And I think we're back. Alright. I think we're good. Hey everyone, welcome. How's it going? Hey Detection Chance, welcome. I'm just trying to recover from a not really nap. I don't think I actually napped at all today. I tried to take a nap, could not really fall asleep. Because, I don't know, too excited? I don't know what's happening. I really don't know what's happening. But I'm gonna be like half asleep during this entire thing. I wish I could be like Mekti and just fall asleep anywhere and everywhere. But I get it. Part of her problem is this is kind of like her, you know, she's on low power mode all the time. I wish I could be in low power mode too. I don't think it works like that for people. But I think we're getting a new banner, and how many more days do we have for the event? We have until the 30th. 30th is roughly 4 days. And I still haven't finished this. Yeah, I haven't finished this. How much am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a lot. That's a lot of cubes that I'm missing. I probably should do this before the event ends. Yeah. Is this such a pain to go through it? Because it's literally 10, 20, 30 minutes of doing it. And I did try 416, by the way. 416 is horrendously terrible to use. She doesn't have a whole lot of survivability. She's like attack, attack, attack. And it gets me killed very, very easily. I feel like I survive more with Suomi than I do with 416 here. Of course, you can always just use Wawa, and Wawa solves all of your problems. She has both survivability and attack. So that's my dilemma there. I should stop using 416. She's all you need except in the, what do you call that? Frontline survivors. Yeah. Yeah. But we are. I saw we got a stream update stream recently. Let me close some windows. I forgot I had my Photoshop open. Cool Kite's all you need. Yeah, her explosions make it hard to see and accidentally run into enemies. It's the explosions and the fact that she doesn't get a shield hurts her. She also doesn't have any what do you call this? She doesn't really have any way to restore HP except for that one passive that everyone shares, and it doesn't come up often enough. So that's a different problem. 416 is pretty cracked with some more levels. Got 45k in one run. Nice. I guess I could try it for a little bit. Today's just gonna be a really chill day. I didn't really have a whole lot of plans except for maybe reading a few dorm archives, because I could not find a dusty journal or dusty memory with 416 or G11 in it. I looked, it did not exist. So, that's really all I got there. Let me see. We are getting Vector next. And sorry, music is out because I tabbed and trying to look for information on the next banner. We are getting Vector next. That much I do know. I guess the speculation right now is after Vector, it's probably gonna be yuruHYPE, who I am going to skip. She's not part of the team I'm thinking of. But yeah, let me grab this while I can. Where is it? Right here. There she is. Vector in all her glory. She's coming back. I don't think we have a skill thing for her, but I think consensus in general is get V0 or V1 at least for her, and then get her weapon if you want to. I also heard we're getting a lot of stuff that CN already has, including the team presets. So we're getting team presets, and I think along with that team preset, you can change attachments out. So if you want like a hassle-free attachment farming, go for Phase Strike all the time. Like if you don't have Phase Strike, go farm Phase Strike. Apparently, me, I'm doing it the hard way. I'm still trying to farm for one more perfect attachment to give to Wawa for her freeze set. And then maybe I'll go for Phase Strike. And then after that, I go after what do you call this? I go after everything else that's like element specific, because Phase Strike requires a status debuff. Yeah. It requires a status debuff to be effective, and meanwhile the others don't really need that. So Mo-chan is a cute diner gate girl. I did not realize that Mo-chan was a diner gate. Like, hold up, where is she? Where is she? I guess I'll put some background music while I search for this kind of stuff. Where is it? Is Vivi depressive? I never thought of her as being depressive. Then again, I never read any of her lines from the first game. I don't know how she is here. I just know she likes to chill with G11, and that's really about it. Let me see. I'm trying to look for a picture of Mo-chan right now. Mo-chan. Oh, here she is. Here she is with the most flattering screen cap ever. Can't wait to see you give Blue Sphere a spanking. Sure. She said it the first time we met her in the first episode. I haven't watched any of it. I haven't watched any of the update live streams. So I literally do not know. I just found out like yesterday, very recently, that she's technically the diner gate in the default loading screen in the game, supposedly. Which, okay, I didn't know that the diner gate had a personality. I thought it was just a flying diner gate in the Elmo. But yeah, apparently this diner gate has a few screws loose. I'm sorry, I'm not sifting through all that stuff. I just want the highlights as far as that's concerned. I'm more interested in that than sitting through every single little bit of the updates. Especially when it comes to like new stuff. Just give me the what do you call this? The patch notes. Remember the days when we didn't even get these live stream stuff? It was just patch notes after patch notes. Like, hey, this is in the patch notes. That's coming up next. And then JP does what JP does and makes live streams and like makes a show of every single update ever. And then CN does the same thing for their own stuff. Like, okay, sure. I feel like that's good interaction for the audience, but you don't really interact with the audience that way. And production value wise, I don't know, it just seems like to take a lot of time. Personally feeling it takes a lot of time. But hey, I do appreciate that they do this kind of thing once in a while, so what am I to say? Just remember Vivi being really good against diner gates thanks to her incendiary attack skill back in the day. The Molotov was really good at taking out groups. I don't think it's just diner gates in particular, but it was just taking out groups in particular. I think eventually, though, the Molotovs did not really do as much damage as you would like it to. But hey, good thing is I think the Molotovs are undodgeable. So if you have something really pesky to get rid of, Molotov. Molotov. You just gotta make sure you survive long enough to throw enough Molotovs to take it out. Usually, anyway. Usually. There was that one really annoying Paradeus unit. Let me see if I can find it. Paradeus IOP wiki. And for some reason, I'm getting Girls Frontline 2 Paradeus units. That's not what I want though. I want Girls Frontline 1 Paradeus units. I think the broadcast mostly for how much quality of life update this patch brings. Yeah, there was a lot I heard. I don't think I saw a TLDR on that one. I just know we're getting Vivi. We're getting Coffee's nurse outfit. Her other nurse outfit. We're also getting I guess the Vivi bunny outfit. Both for free. Just gotta farm for it. We're also getting the schoolgirl outfit for Vivi. That one I think is paid, so I may have to open up the wallet, get some tokens to get that. What else? I heard about the formation stuff. So we are getting that, I think. Like formation presets. Expansion keys. I don't think I really heard which expansion keys we got. Whose expansion keys are we getting? What are we getting? I guess it's gonna help a little bit depending on who gets them. Where the heck are the Paradeus units? Why can I not find Paradeus units in the frickin' wiki? Ulred, QJ, Groza, and someone else. Huh. I guess they'll give us more details in the Twitter if they haven't mentioned it already in the live stream. Where's the enemy? Here's the enemy index. Girls Frontline 1. Enemy index. Wawa? Wawa's getting one too? Wawa needs one? I feel like new expansion keys are the way to patch a character without actually buffing or debuffing them, like, directly. Which is, I guess, kind of nice. Wait, hold up. What is this? I saw something interesting I did not think I would see. Is this a male? It's male. Holy crap. There's actually male enemies in Girls Frontline 1? This is wild. Let me show you guys what I just found. This could be spoilers, I don't know. But I was looking for a Paradise units and this showed up. This guy. I think his name is Ganglati. And apparently he has a battle sprite, which you cannot see here. Hold up. Let me... Right there. The chibi shooting over here. And it looks hella freaky. Like, what the crap? I'm guessing this, since there's a Paradise unit, it's not all T-Doll. That's like the human robot hybrid that they keep making. So yeah, all right. Well, I'm still looking for that one Paradise unit that gave me a whole lot of trouble before, and I think you really only see it in theater, but maybe it shows up in story also. Let's see. Where is that darn thing? Was it Paradise or was it something else? It looks like it could have been a Paradise unit, but it also looks like it was like just a random alien looking thing. I think it's this one. Oh, I hate you so much. This thing. This thing with the million shields that you cannot bust so easily. Anyone from Girls Frontline 1? Aren't you glad we don't have to fight this thing? This thing is annoying as heck. This thing had like shield for days, and if you didn't have a BMG to what do you call this, to destroy the shield, you're basically screwed. And even if you did get rid of the shield, you still have to hit it. And when I say that, this thing has a ridiculous amount of evasion for how big and spindly it is. Like you would think that wouldn't be an issue, but I guess it's not an issue if you have someone like M200 with a little bit of extra support. M200 100% hit rate regardless on what it is, and this thing goes down pretty easily. But you gotta get through the shield first. And while you're trying to get through the shield, this thing will laser your team, and that laser I think pierces, which is not good. Yes, we could deploy $25 at one time in the first game, but woe be up upon you if you run into an enemy that deals piercing damage to your team. That's just not cool. I'm gonna see these guys back though. They're not too terrible until they get their missiles out, but the Gundams, I think that's what we call them. That'd be pretty cool just to see again. Kind of, sort of. Kind of, sort of. Anyway, that's all I wanted to find. That's all I wanted to find. Now that I think about it, we haven't fought tanks yet, have we? Like, tanks like these. This one also, I think, had the shield too. I think Paradise units in general have shields, and they're kind of annoying. So that's going to be annoying to deal with eventually. But yeah. Okay, so we have expansion keys, we have team presets, we have VV, we have new skins. Is there anything else? I don't think I heard anything about being able to exchange some of our gacha, like for gacha tickets. with free currency in the game. That's supposed to be a thing, but I don't think I've seen anyone mention it. So it's probably not coming in yet. We did find something shaped like a tank in the Dush event, the big harvester machine. Right. Wait, was that a Dush event? I thought that was a little bit later. We did fight something like that, but it was like very non-threatening. Still no Dorito shop update and no past event update. Okay, so those are still waiting. Then again, does CN have a past event update yet? Ooh, holy crap, what is going on here? So I'm still going through the IOP wiki and I saw this. Not gonna lie, that is a extremely nice design from Paradeus. Like, holy crap, what is this? What is going on here? I do not know the story significance of this, but I look at this and I am scared of fighting this head on. I feel like if we ever get like high-end Paradeus units in Girls Frontline 2, not only will we get, not only do we have like high stability that we have to eat through, I think Blue Sphere so far has like the single highest stability of anyone in the games, like at 100 something. Not only will we have to deal with that, we will also have to deal with an actual shield on top of it. And I'm not talking about the shield buff. That's different. That is different. I will say though, the sprite looks funky. The sprite looks hilarious. It doesn't look anything like what you see in the art. So it has a few animations that kind of reference some of the things in the art. This is the prototype sister? Let's see, what was this in? E19 in Summer Garden of Forking Pass. Oh, this is from Slow Shock. Definitely did not see that. Cute! She used to be such a cute child before they morphed her into this thing. Why does Paradeus do crap like this? Seriously. Seriously, what's up with that? Let's see. Move, move, move. Back. Close this. There we go. Anyway. Like I said, the plan today is very, very low energy. Just like G11 over here. And I don't have anything other than dorm stuff planned. So if we have time, I might do a little bit of Frontline Survivors because I'm falling behind on that and need to do it. I was also falling behind a little bit on the bounties, and I just started bounties today, and I have until tomorrow to finish it. Otherwise, no more bounties soon, I think. Yeah, I gotta do that soon. Frontline Survivors just takes a lot of time in general. We don't have any dusty memories or dusty journals for G11 or 416, right? It's just everyone else. Just everyone else. If we have time to do one after the stuff we need to do today, I suppose we can try for one. They're deceptively long though sometimes. Deceptively long. I may as well show this stuff that I'm looking through. Mercurios in Girls Frontline 2. And then Mercurios in the first one. Technically just a regular Naito. But there's a Naito that everyone sees. You could speedrun the bounties if you want. Just hit the boss and exit the stage. I did that. The thing is, I did them like 2 hours ago with 2 teams, and I don't have a third or fourth team to finish them. So yeah, let me show you what my bounties look like. Let me also turn off this thing right here. My bounty stuff. Okay. Oh wait, hold up. Close. There we go. My bounty stuff. All of this stuff farmed. Right here, farmed. Where's my mouse? Where's my mouse not showing? Capture cursor. It is not on. Why? Capture cursor. There we go. This all done. Bounties. 2 are done. 2 in progress. However, if I choose to do a bounty, the available team members that I can use right now, if I had at least one more SMG, I could do it. But I don't have any other SMG units, unless I'm missing something. Sharkree's not SMG, right? That's an AR. Tolo's AR, shotgun. Holy crap, we got 3 shotguns. Yeah, no SMG units. The SMG unit buff really helps a lot. Super helps a lot. Sometimes the bounty boss gets a terrain kill, and I feel like I wasted my go team on that sometimes. I think there's only one bounty boss that you can do that on. The rest of them, you have to do it the hard way. Vector is coming next week, but I think, wait, is bounty permanent? Is boundary push permanent? I forgot to ask that. Gotta level up the tower just to do the missions with a second team. Yeah, that's what I did. That's what I did. The AoE for machine guns are great, but you only have two machine gun units. Oh, the whole thing is permanent? Oh, jeez. I thought this was limited. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna have 3 teams by next week to be able to clear bounty with. Oh. Oh. I did not. Oh, what? I did not get the memo. Hey, GNG, welcome. It's just weekly. This is actually pretty good. Holy crap. What do we get each week? We get 120 cubes. It's pretty okay. I think I'm more excited about these memory sticks, but also with the memory sticks, I'm a little bit. I'm in a bit of a bind here, because I only have 1, 2, 3, 4 more dolls that I can level up for this thing, for the dorm level up, for the dispatch level up, and after that I can't level up anyone else, because that requires either new dolls or I give some of them rings, so I can't really do that. Split up my MGs and SMGs for teams. Yeah, I do that too. Yeah, we're getting new content on May 1st. Vector and a bunch of other stuff. Got all current dolls on my dorm level is still at 23. Oh, okay, so you had Suomi, Dushevna, Resi, Diane, and Ulrid, and it's still at 23? Yeah, the Covenant rings makes it a little bit difficult. You know what's funny? You know what's funny to me? Look at Litara. Look at Lotta. Look at Coffee. Look at even Nagant. I don't know if you can bring Nagant, but at least these 3, okay? You can't oath any of them, but look at the maximum affection. No, look at the maximum points you can get for leveling up their affection. 150. What is up with that? I know we can't do it yet, but hopefully everyone is able to get a Covenant ring, so this can also go up. It's a very small thing, but it's like, why would you do that? Why would you give them a maximum of 150? You would hope they're oathable eventually. I'm hoping it's tied to story stuff. I think. but have they announced what the next event's going to be, or is it going to be like a new chapter? Because I honestly do not know, and I haven't seen anything else yet. As long as nobody's dead, I don't think that's ever stopped anyone. Rosa wife is up next. Okay. She's still not getting a ring from me yet. Not until Ro gets here. Ro gets here, then everyone else can get a ring. But not until then. That's just how it is. What's the next upgrade anyway? Bulwark. Oh, that's for tanks. Didn't know High 4-4 had a Team B. I didn't either. I thought it. Well, I knew there were two 4-4 units, but I didn't realize they made Team A and Team B. Team A is what we saw in the event. Team B is a weird group of dolls that I think I should introduce. Let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find it in the Discord, because it's easier that way than having to make it myself. Here we go. For anyone who is unfamiliar with Hide 404 Team B, here they are. We're gonna have Vector, we're gonna have PP90, we're gonna have TMP, and we're gonna have Wellrod. I'm gonna say, from a Girls Frontline 1's perspective, this is a very, very odd team. No synergy whatsoever. 3 SMGs, and then Wellrod, who is like a pure support HG? Are you serious? No. No, the only one here who does any damage is Vector, and that's only through skill. That's only through skill that activates, like, how often? I don't remember. Some sort of cooldown. PDW Danya, where? IDW is nowhere to be seen. IDW, I feel like if she's in this game, would also be pure support. But since evasion is not a mechanic, I don't know how they're going to do it. PP90 and TMP is also like pure evasion mechanic. So I'm really curious how they, deal with them in this game. My British Shuni is an office lady fit. Pretty is too good. Oh, I did see something like that. She does have an office lady fit in this game. I don't know if there's something we can read about it yet, but I did see a screenshot of it. I'm guessing that's from a future event. The rose skin is ridiculous. Oh, are you talking about the race queen one? It is kind of ridiculous. It is very ridiculous, and I feel like it fits her a little bit too much. In all the senses of fits her a little bit too much. Personality-wise and body size-wise. Yeah. Willing to buy another ring for Nemesis if they add it soon. Just want the tactical outfit for 4-4B since we already saw it in the trailer. It's not technically a tactical outfit, but we do get the Vector outfit. Hold up. Vector. We are getting the Vector skin, this thing. Technically speaking, it's a schoolgirl outfit, but the schoolgirl outfit has like swappable stuff. I think you can. Is a costume? What do you call this? A costume swapping thing, the modular costume thing, part of this patch? Because if it is, you can switch it out too. It's technically not purely tactical, but I do like the base uniform compared to the classic Vector uniform here. Though I guess some people might use that for nostalgia reasons. And whatever the heck this is, cat ear. It is coming with the outfit, so that means 416's tactical outfit is also modular. So I need to see what that's gonna look like. I think the SIG is 10 millimeter, while the 4 star is 0.45. What? Could imagine Betty being a melee unit with her PNC design. Cat claws are sharp. That'll be interesting. Her PNC version was actually pretty strong early game. I think she eventually gets overshadowed, but still pretty decent if you need to wipe things out pretty quickly. Why does Commander have her old outfit anyway? Kind of creepy. Commander doesn't. The Commander doesn't. You gotta remember, the girls either order these things online or they bring stuff back with them, because you know they have a closet, they have their own stuff. The Commander doesn't have this, they have their own stuff. And also they send a list of stuff to Mei Ling to buy. Well, the Commander and then Mei Ling to buy. IDW could have gotten that because of restructuring. Where would I guess IDW was like a what do you call this? Security doll to begin with, right? So she's probably doing a security job somewhere. It would be hilarious though if one day we just see her in the game, like randomly. Wasn't IDW one of Persica's dolls? Yes and no? I don't think so. I thought that was just a joke. I thought that was a joke when in one of the comics, who doesn't like cats kind of thing. But I don't know. Honestly, I do not know. Lore wise, I do not know. Probably in some other satellite city like the Nagant crew. Yeah. Speaking of which, let me see. Did I miss anything? No, I didn't. Like how Papasha just pops out of nowhere. Imagine IDW being another Gunsmoke unit, only useful in Gunsmoke. That'd be kind of sad. Why would I want her in Gunsmoke only? I want to use her everywhere. Just for the lulz. Just for the lulz. Anyway. Let's see. The information for this update is so spread out. It's kind of crazy. I'm just seeing a lot of vector posts, and I probably should close that thing, because holy crap, people be posting some borderline not safe for work stuff on the Reddit. Really shouldn't say Papasha is Gunsmoke only. She's pretty decent for general bossing. I guess I haven't actually used her in general boss places. Speaking of which, there's like the other boss area in. Hold up, just a sec. There's this other boss place over here. This one. I haven't done these yet. I don't know how difficult this is. I just know they exist. Alright, hi. These are fun, pretty hard too. I guess I can warm up a little bit. Timorkin kisses a joke with Klukai skill 2. Even at V0? I'm assuming even at V0 it should be, because they have ads. You know what? Let's try one. Just because. Do I need all 3 squads is the question. Who do I put in squad 1, squad 2, and squad 3? Because I don't think I have fully leveled squads yet. I'm assuming I don't put my A team in squad 1. Squad 3 though. What does this look like now that I think about it? Can we see? Oh, it's right here. Ah! Plague and Disaster. Dread. Level 55. I feel we should not put anything there. Maybe put Klukai in squad 3. Not sure to put in squad 1 though. Okay, squad 3. You just need to kill 2 mobs before dying on each phase. Let me just try this. Squad 3, we put you, and 1 support. Squad 2 gets who? I feel like we don't really need AoE in Squad 2. Maybe. Let's put you, and we do not have a healer. Probably don't need one. Probably. But I'm gonna maybe put Sabrina in here. Squad 1. This is gonna be the tough one. Who the heck do I even have left over that can make a Squad 1? I guess we can put Papasha. I guess we can put Litara. I guess we can put Sharkry. Sharkry has no support, so that doesn't really help her. And I guess we can put Lotta. Alright. Well, hopefully they can survive. It's just level 55 anyway. I'm more worried about the other 2. Right, what do you do again? I'm just gonna tank and spank. I'm just gonna tank and spank and hope for the best. Dang, this pineapple, what is... I still don't understand what this pineapple is about. Holy crap, that's too much. Litara, can we clear this out? Oof, that's too much. No, not there. Here? AoE? You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the worms from Fate Stay Night. Like these little things over here? Yeah. Not fun. If the named one survives? Oh, okay. Alright, so we gotta get rid of this Femitor thingy. Gotcha. Ooh, that's kinda tanky, not gonna lie. That is super tanky. Hold up. Litara, you might have work here. Maybe a little work? No work. We're good. There we go. Oh crap, Sharkry, you're not undercover. You are not undercover. Oh, more ads? No ads. But the... Oh, never mind. The ads over here. Wait, is there supposed to be a named... another... Is there supposed to be another ad somewhere? Because I'm not seeing it. Oh well, we get rid of that. I do not know where to put Papasha. Papasha is in a really weird spot right now. And I feel like I need to get rid of these things. Papasha, let's move you over here. That's a bad spot, but I need to at least get rid of one ad. And I feel like I'm gonna be wasting double attack. So we're just gonna do this normally. Ouch! This is not good. I think I'm gonna die. I think I'm gonna die. Lovely. Lovely. Oh, are they dead? Ooh, they're oh no. Wait, hold up. I missed one. I missed one. I missed one. I did not see you over there. Oh, you are sneaky. Hold up. Gonna move you. There we go. The pool of poison ever expanding does not help here. It makes me feel like I should act quickly, otherwise we will all die. And this pineapple is ridiculously tanky. Papasha, where do we go? I do not know. I don't know. This ain't it though. This ain't it. Litara! We gotta move. Blue sphere will be added where Vector comes in. Oh, maybe I should wait until Vector to do this, because Vector is just literally gonna like toss a Molotov here and everything clears out. I think that's what she's gonna do. Okay, I gotta get rid of this thing. No, get rid of this thing first. And I got rid of Sharkry's cover. Oh crap. And there goes Lotta. And there goes everyone else. That's a +3 buff even if you die. Well, I did put the A team elsewhere, so maybe it's not such a bad thing. I literally don't know how the structure is supposed to work though. Allied buffs is subsequent phases times 3. Enemies will be buffed subsequent phases times 0. What is that supposed to mean? What is that supposed to mean? Okay, I guess we continue. Like you said, I guess I don't have to do this all at once. Ooh, now it's got even more tentacles. Oh, jeez. Now it has whatever that thing is. That wasn't there before. Blue makes it easier, red makes it harder. Okay. Okay, now it has tentacles sprouting from the ground. Alright. I don't think this team is made to deal with mobs, so this is going to be a problem. Wait, hold up. You gotta move first before you do that. Yeah. There's just one. I guess we gotta get rid of the tentacle there. Yeah. What's Vector solos this boss in the PV? I believe it. Holy crap, this one is tanky. I mean, that Molotov does go everywhere. Could definitely retry it another time. I should probably kill this, shouldn't I? There we go. Everything else is gonna survive for now. Stay alive, Sabrina! Crap. I need more AoE. Oh, I should have put Sabrina to, like, counterattack. And she's gonna die. Oh my gosh, that's too many ads. Oh, that's way too many ads. Escape? Can we? I feel like I'm just gonna leave this to the last team. Yeah, she's not surviving this. Okay. What do I even attack? I feel like I attack anything but the boss. I'm still gonna die. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, well, I think we need to escape. Bad. Maybe I just should have focused on the boss. You know what? That actually does decently well. It's almost a 50%. Please tell me you have no... Okay, it has projectiles. I was hoping they didn't. Ow. Oh, we are so dead. Well, I guess we still get buffs. But can we get rid of this thing? Hold up. I think there's like one specific unit we need to get rid of, right? I guess if you have a V6 Ruka, this is gonna be like super easy. Enemies will be buffed ×2 in next stages. That is not good. Well, it's gonna be simultaneously harder and just harder. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. We get no buffs. Oh, jeez. Oh, that's not good. Okay, wait. Why are there two of them? I thought there was only going to be one. Oh, why are there two of them? Oh, that's not fair. Oh, now it has spikes. Lovely. Right, how do I deal with this? Right, how do I deal with this? I think first things first. We get you in range. I don't even know what we're trying to do. Not really what I had in mind. If I vroom, does that help me or does that hurt me? It should work. Oh, it should work. Okay. S2 triggers on death. Oh, right. Forgot. On each death. Okay, well, I'm just gonna have to live with this mistake for a bit. At least the ads are gone. So we can get to cover. And I might have done a little bit of a skill screw up here. Order wise. Oh crap, there's one ad over here. You know, I was gonna use the ult, but let's get rid of you first. Ah crap, hold up. Back up a bit. I did not see you. So we need to get rid of you first. Actually, can I just use a normal attack? Yes and no. Okay. Let's just use this. Okay, not ideal. I'll make it up next turn. So it's not like a point system in the other boss fight thingy. This is more of... what do you call this? Kill them or it doesn't count. Alright, now let's use that S2. Where can we toss this? Oh, this is perfect. Okay, doing good. We just need to keep the cat alive. So I need to move, I just need to move Cheetah down. Wow, cat's doing a lot of work. That is a lot of work. Hold up. Stay still. Actually, no, don't stay still. Move here? Is this gonna be okay? No, it's not gonna be okay. Move up. Not okay. Move over. Also not okay. Here. A little bit better. Never mind, that did crap. Okay. Do this. It doesn't really heal anyone, so that doesn't help me. Oh, the candy bomb doesn't go all the way down there. Alright, I guess she's just gonna be exposed for a little bit. Oh, never mind. It actually reaches. Oh, ow! Maybe that wasn't such a good idea. That definitely was not a good idea. Okay. Can I salvage this? Ooh, there's another ad over here. Move down. And if we do that, it's not gonna reach. Great. One pineapple down? One pineapple down. Good. One pineapple to go. And I think it's almost dead. Wow, that does a lot of work. Okay, hide. You must hide. Okay, as long as someone stays alive to deal with the final shot, I think I'm gonna be okay. Yep, you're dead. These things are too strong. But literal death bomb is stronger. Hey, 2 pineapples gone. Yeah, I can see why you say do it one at a time. Because it's kind of hard to do it with the other teams. Phase 1 failed. Phase 2 failed. Phase 3 success. Each of the 3 phases defeat at least 2 enemies. Oh, okay, we did that. We did that. Okay, well, I was just kind of curious. At least got something out of that. I've actually I don't think I've ever seen Little Shop of Horrors before. What is Little Shop of Horrors? Is it this one show with a giant piranha plant? Was that? Am I thinking about the right thing? I vaguely remember something like that, but I don't know if we're thinking the same thing. It's the one with the talking giant carnivorous plant. Okay, we are talking about the same thing. But I don't think I remember anything from it. Anyway. Sorry, so, I think I mentioned this last time. I kicked out BP. BP is gone, guys. I'm sorry. My icon is now G11. Even though BP has is great and all that, nothing can surpass the sleepiness of G11 with a ZZZ on the icon. Sorry, BP. Maybe another time when I feel like putting BP in there. I kind of wish you can do a rotation in these, but gotta pick one. Had some pretty good songs. Had the fortune of being in college with a guy that was practically born for the role. Oh, that's neat. Friendship ended with BP. Now Beepo is my best friend. It sounds the same. I think that's all that matters. Man, I can't see how she can sleep like that. I feel like that's the most uncomfortable sleeping position. But she may not even feel it. I don't know. Anyway, so plan. So I don't waste too much more time during the stream. Where is it? I want to go through at least G11 Mishti. I've been corrected in one of the comments, and apparently Mishti is actually the correct pronunciation for Mekti. That's why I say G11 sometimes, you know? It makes it easier. But anyway, Mishti and Klukai. So, any suggestions on which one we do first? We can go for either one. Otherwise, I'm gonna like roll a d20 and figure it out from there. We can go here. Oh, wasn't expecting that. Checking out the watch. What do we have here? Oh, right. They have journals and the memories. We could do G11 first. Sure. You know what? Since we have a little extra time today, let's look through the journals if they're not too long. They don't seem too long. There's just a decent amount of them. And then through the memories, because I haven't really read many journals, so I'm kind of curious what's in these. Originally codenamed GRG11, she is currently a member of Hide 404, apart from Leva and Lena who have temporarily left the squad. Mishti works with her squad leader Klukai and the newly recruited members Andors and Belka. Currently, Mishti is the most senior member of the squad, with the exception of Klukai. Although she has shown no interest in acting like a proper senior and wants to only spend all day napping in the embrace of her beanbag sofa. Mood. Those beanbag sofas are pretty comfortable. That said, when push comes to shove, even the perpetually lazy Mishti can pull herself together and take the weight off of responsibility on her petite frame. We had to specify that, petite frame. By the way, have you guys seen this this lineup on the sizes of the dolls side by side? I don't think I really took a good look at it. A chart. There's a chart somewhere. There's a size chart of the dolls, and surprisingly, I think Cheetah is even smaller than Coffee somehow. Um, Size chart. There we go. Did see one. It might be the same one. Let's assume it's the same one because it's the only one that's floating around. And it is very difficult to look at because it's so huge. So let's, here we go. And I'm gonna disappear here for a second. No, I don't have to disappear. Or maybe I just move. Just move right here. Right here at the bottom. Anyway, all the dolls in the game, including CN. So CN dolls are here too. So you see Ro, you see 45, Leva. Whoever made it put 45 between the kid and Belka. I want she got sandwiched by the boobage. But Cheetah is literally the shortest doll, apparently. According to this chart, she's even shorter than Perry, MP5. Like, that's not what I expected. I mean, this is not her original frame anyway. But look, this is Coffee over here, okay? Can you see my mouse? Can you see the mouse hovering over Coffee? And here's Cheetah all the way over here at the end. Does that make any sense? Like, she's literally tiny. We have her height here, heels with no heels, and then bust size. I don't care too much about the bust size, but Perisha with the heel. Let's take it with the heel since they got shoes on for this thing. 172 centimeters, which is basically my height. So I guess no shoes. No shoes. I'm still a little bit taller than no heel Perisha. This would explain the small Cheetah fan art I've seen recently. Yeah, we're basically picking her up. On the other end, Cheetah is a whole 139 somehow 0.3 centimeters. I don't know where we get this decimal for most of the dolls on the shorter end. Like, apparently Sharkweed, Lotta, Yuhi, they're all the same height. Same for Faye and who? There's someone behind her. Wait. No info in IOP Wiki. I don't know what this means. I'm assuming this is just like some info that we just don't have, period. But there's a lot of very similarly sized dolls that are very, very short, very similar. I think heel-wise... Okay, with heels they're about the same. Without heels, the difference is a little bit more different. Okay, without heels. Cheetah is barely taller than Perry, but still shorter than Papasha. Perry is, without heels, the shortest doll, period. The one with the smallest bust. In here, from what I could tell, Sharkweed is a 48AA. Where is this information? I got it from Reddit, and I think someone from Reddit got it from someone else. I will put the link in the description. But here's the title if you want to check it out yourselves. Doll heights and bust size calculated via Blender. And there's multiple pages, but we're looking at this one page in particular. Let me get the link here for later. Let's see. Doll heights and stuff calculated by Blender, because technically speaking, all the models are released publicly, so you could check it out that way. Sharkweed being the flattest doll, this does not make much sense to me. Isn't Aren't wait, where is this? Where is Leva? Leva 57AA. Am I misreading something? Is Leva actually somewhat bigger than Sharkry? No. Wait, is Bust different from Upper? What is Upper? Where is Sharkry? No, Sharkry cannot be bustier than Leva. So what? Hold up. No, what did I just do? So what am I looking at? There's an upper number and there's a bust number. What is that? 62, 57, 53, 56. I don't know how to read this. So we'll just go by height. But no, that reminds me of this. And I just got off on a tangent. Where am I now? Where am I now as far as the game is concerned? Petite frame, right? That's where I got distracted from. I'm sorry. Let me close that. You guys can take a look at that on your own time. Yeah. Anyway, where was I? AA is boing size and number, and the number the size of bus in general. I honestly don't know. Bus measurement tells me it's supposed to be the boing size, but there's a upper but it doesn't make any sense for Sharkry to be smaller than Leva. That's the thing I'm trying to wrap my head around. Because Leva is a literal board. If you've seen her before, she's a literal board. Sharkry is anything but. At least I don't think so. Let's see, where was that? Petite frame? I'm not bashing, I'm just stating facts. I'm sorry. Let's see. Whether on her own initiative or being forcibly dragged into the fray. Okay. It's nap time at last. What? A new mission? Okay, I'm coming. If something actually happens, you can probably let her handle it. Probably. She comes through in a pinch, but you kinda have to force her. Alarm bells rang in Mishti's neurocloud after awakening in a repair capsule with Leva and Deer standing beside her, the latter of whom had his tools in hand. Why am I lying here? After Leva's explanation, Mishti learned two things. She and Klukai were attacked by armed bandits during an escort mission. While Lena and Leva had arrived just in time to help her out, their frames had been very badly damaged. At Deer's suggestion, their frames were replaced. That was the first thing. What? There's more? As she saw the worried look on Meshti's face, Leva told her that Deer had replaced the large external generator she had used before with the latest model of miniaturized power cell and fitted it with a switch so that Mishti could be toggled between high and low power modes. Oh, okay. Naturally, said switch was in Klukai's hands. Great. Mishti did not react in any way to that news. Okay, I guess she doesn't care. After a long time, she silently laid back down in her repair capsule and pulled the hatch down after her. Then she folded her arms in front of her chest and slowly closed her eyes. I must have woken up in the wrong way. Surely this is all a nightmare. I should just get back to sleep. Right. I must resist? I must resist! That thought was echoing in my mind ever since I learned that the switch which decided my fate was in Klukai's hand. That Klukai. Ever since she learned she could switch me from low to high power mode, she's been acting like she's found the magic bullet to solve our manpower shortage. By flipping my switch all the time and without asking me. She did it while training, while in combat, and worst of all, whenever I was about to slack off. When I was about to perform body maintenance. She'd briefly turn it on and force me to wake up. Now I'm always dead tired after every mission. I don't even have the strength to read manga and follow my favorite shows. I can't take it anymore. I'm going to make a move of my own. With a great shout of rebellion, I tried to rise from my beanbag sofa to prove my determination. But it was just too comfy. Forget it. I'll just lie down here. Rest time is hard to come by. I think I'll think about stopping Klukai's scheme some other time. She's literally too lazy to even get the switch out of her hands. Wow. Meshti has a text file in her personal terminal called The Book of Grudges, containing random musings and snarky comments about all sorts of things. A certain doll is a frequent visitor to its pages. That Klukai, she's a devil. She gave me an extra hour of training. A whole extra hour. Both my soul and my body are in ruins now. Why does she have to drag me along to the training session review? Isn't that what the squad leader should be doing? I want to sleep. But that Klukai keeps taking me everywhere with her. And she flips the switch the moment I look a little reluctant. When Meshti went to Leva with a list of Klukai's sins, hoping to get a week of managing her own switch, Leva delivered a line-by-line rebuttal for each of Meshti's points. Smiling, she summed it up thusly. According to Deer's records, Klukai has been using the switch in a perfectly sensible way. Her toggling of your high power mode has been beneficial to your frame operations. After all, even the best computer will rot away if you keep it switched off. Really? I just turn mine off every day. Is that a thing? Do people just keep it on all the time? How could this be? Meshti collapsed onto her beanbag sofa in despair. Meshti, have you ever thought about what would happen if Klukai went out for a mission and didn't come back? You're the next most senior member in the squad. What would you do then? Perhaps all the demands Klukai has made of you were intended to address that situation, Die? That Klukai? How could that even happen? What should I do? What can I even do? If something happened that managed to take even her out, I'd probably be taking a dirt nap myself. Little did Meshti know that she would face such a situation in the near future. Probably nothing that we can read because it's all freaking blocked off. Wake up, big sis Klukai. What should we do? Is 4-4 doomed to be wiped out here? Damn it, I'm gonna give those baldies the fight of their lives. Belka, come down. I think it'd be better not to shake leader Klukai so... Fear, anger, and confusion fill this space. A certain tiny room that a group of illegal dolls are using as a workshop. Before Meshti's eyes is Klukai, whose frame systems have been severely damaged. There's also Belka, who is beside herself in panic. And Andoris, who has just crashed while trying to process the situation. Okay, I get the feeling that Andoris crashes a lot when she's trying to think about something. I don't think I've ever seen a doll crash so much. What's going on with that? Outside the room are several hundred doll frames that are about to self-destruct. Meanwhile, Leva's words echo inside Mishti's neural cloud. You're the most senior member in the squad. What would you do then? Wait, was that day today? Am I the only member of the original 404 that's left? If I just lie back at a time like this, we'll truly be done for. At this point, Meshti quickly moves into action. Belka, get a hold of yourself. Klukai's only gone into forced shutdown mode for the time being. Once we get out of here, fixing her will be a piece of cake. Really? So big sis Klukai won't forget the records of us fighting side by side? Heck no, I've lost so many frames over the years that I can confidently say damage like this doesn't warrant a frame swap. You've lost many frames over the years? Right, that's Belka sorted. Next up. Meshti hugs Andoris around the waist. Judging by how her pupils are contracting and dilating, she should come back online in 3, 2, 1... Huh? Did I just crash again? I hope it wasn't too long this time. It doesn't matter, Andoris. Send Leva a distress signal right now and stay in contact with her. Tell her we're going up against 100 or more self-destruct capable doll frames that Klukai's been incapacitated. Will do. I'm sending the distress signal now. After ensuring that her teammates have their heads back in the game, Meshti can't help but begin thinking that about their escape route. As much as she hates to admit it, she has to agree that Klukai dragging her along to after-action reviews turned out to be useful after all. Even the most annoying and boring nagging will stick in the mind if it's repeated 100 times. Even the most difficult path ends up becoming easy when you've walked it 1,000 times before. Right now, it's as though Meshti is operating entirely on routine. She's even acting in a somewhat brisk and professional way. There's a mix of emotions in Meshti's neurocloud as she looks at Klukai, who's resting on Belka's back. Alright, I admit it, Klukai did the right thing just this once. She feels around Klukai's body for the switch. Now then, this veteran of the old 4-4 will help clear a path. For the rest of you, After the successful conclusion of that mission, Leva kept needling Meshti about that line, which could have come straight from a shonen manga. And she does read a bunch of shonen manga. Okay, I'm kind of curious what the rest of these are, but since we can't oath her yet, at least I'm not going to oath her yet, then we're going to skip that. Alright, hold up. Let me just grab something really quick. Alright, okay. Alright, let me get this here. Okay, so memories, I get... Oh, this one's at level 8. Alright, that's gonna be a while. Safe house manual, alright. I feel like this is a little bit more interesting than the logs, but the journals do give a little bit of a background, so it's kind of neat. As I wrap up the day's work, my usual drowsiness has yet to find me. Thus, I've decided to head for the lounge to pass the time before sleep. Bam bam, pew 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 pew. What's going on here? That's what you get for getting in my way. Oh, I guess she's gaming right now. Huh? Is that... the old mucus, crocodile antlers... Jeez, no crystal tooth? Oh, she's playing an MMO? Yeah, I guess I'll keep on farming. Let's go somewhere else and see if the drop rate is higher there. Meshi is curled up in the corner of the couch with her game console in hand, mumbling like a hamster nestled in paper shreds. She's so completely focused on her game that she doesn't even notice my presence as I approach her. Oh, a crystal tooth! Finally, getting all the way here from the west side was worth it. Alright, now I need to... What you playing? You're so focused. What? Elid Hunter? Oh, is that the monster hunter of this time? Mechi instinctively tries to tuck the console under the giant beanbag sofa, only stopping after having taken a good look of her visitor. Commander? Jeez, don't try to suddenly show up behind others like that. Sorry, I got a little curious about after seeing how engrossed you are. You mean this? It's Contamination Zone Survival, the newest title by Systendo. It features a realistic recreation of the Contamination Zone's ecosphere, geography, weather, and all. Contamination Zones Survival? What is that? What is that? Is that supposed to be? I can't tell. I can't tell what that's supposed to be a parody of. But I'm Elid Hunter still sounds good to me. Surprise head pats. Yeah, she could get a surprise head. Ark Survival? Oh. Okay, that kind of makes sense. I've never played Ark Survival, but I have seen a little bit of it. So I guess it kind of makes sense. Not to mention, the player has to take the role of a bounty hunter, left to roam the contamination zones for untold reasons. Before long, they need to build their own base to survive in. Okay. You know what? Mere words can't do it justice. Come check out the gameplay, Commander. Is there a YouTube video for this? Meshti holds up the console and shows me the gameplay. This is the base I'm building right now, you see? Not everything's maxed out, but I got all the functionality stuff down. See this? I've even got a small patch of land marked down for Ob's hair breeding. Ob's hair breeding. Let's see. Ob's hair drops cooking material, raw meat. This can't be realistic, right? And are those traps around the pen? Yep, Ob shares in-game are as annoying as they are in real life. Traps are essential to prevent them from escaping and causing mayhem all over. Makes sense. That's a nice base you got there. If mine got ruined by an obs, I probably wouldn't be in a mood to touch the game for at least 10 days. Exactly. You definitely know your stuff, Commander. Have you played this kind of game before? Well, I simply tried to imagine if the Alamo got destroyed like that. This feels very relatable and authentic for some reason. I wonder if it's because this game takes heavy inspiration from the real world, albeit with some liberties. That's what I thought as well. A lot of the mechanics are ridiculous, but make sense in their own ways if you stop and think about it. It's almost like they're specifically to let you do things you wouldn't dare to do in real life. Games in general, yeah? Plus, there's also a glossary for all the terms of the lore, and the writing of the game is equally interesting. Right, so when are we getting a glossary for this game? I feel like she's calling the devs out right now. I see, that does sound promising. Right? Ah, finally. Glad to see a man of culture who can also appreciate this game. Finally. Well, Kulukai saw me playing this before and wouldn't stop saying stuff along the lines of, "We're already struggling to survive in the contamination zone in real life, and you want to experience again in the game as well?" Well, whatever the case, she'll never understand the joy of playing video games. There isn't? In a game, there's specifically a sequel. I don't know. This does make me feel like I should be playing RimWorld again. I saw someone play RimWorld recently, and I don't think I've ever finished a campaign in RimWorld, but it does still kind of make me want to try it again, though. Maybe one of these days. One of these days when I'm not feeling like I'm trying to chip on my backlog. And Doris and Belka aren't very interested either. I think it's simply a case where everyone takes a liking to different things. Meshte, you probably don't share Klukai's hobby either, do you? She has a hobby? What? Meshte ponders for a moment and shakes her head like a rattle. Absolutely not. Riding on her bike is like riding a roller coaster that will shake all the screws in my body loose every single time. That's an apt description. By the way, if you're also interested in this game, would you like to try the co-op mode, Commander? We got another console? Co-op mode. Yep, I already 100% the single-player mode. But there are some achievements unique to the co-op mode that I want to get. Plus, there are many super fun-looking missions I want to try out. Meshi clutches her console, swaying her body as she throws a glance at me. Sure, let's play together. We got time to play together after all the things that happened in the story? Yeah, let's not play together because there's an emergency now. Wow. Both of our comm modules ring at a most untimely moment. Meshi and I exchange a glance as we look down to pick up our communicators. An emergency mission now? That's so evil. The Meshi that was all vibrant and energetic just moments ago reversed back to her normal self. Her head droops like a shriveled bean sprout. Okay, my throat's gumming up like crazy. Commander playing game, then Mailing hasn't slept in a week. Where's the justice? Thank goodness for Nebula's ambiguous timeline, I guess. I've also got some things to deal with on my end. As for the game, let's find another day, okay? Hearing my words, Meshi looks baffled for a moment, but then quickly returns to her usual nonchalant expression. Fine, I guess it has to be that way. Oh. Oh, that literally was the first one. I see. Commander, please open the door. Wait, what? Is this our room, supposedly? Looks pretty cute. Meshti's muffled voice comes through the door. I walk up to it and press the button. A giant cushion in the shape of a rice cake appears before my eyes. Yo, Commander. Meshti's fluffy head pokes out from behind the cushion. What's this? A beanbag sofa. Excuse me, Commander. I stand sideways and let her squeeze in with her giant beanbag in arms. Let's see. Alright, here will do. She sets the beanbag sofa down in the room's opening and retrieves her game console and controller from her bag. Wait, why is she just like suddenly chilling in the commander's dorm? Like, randomly. I see you're fully equipped. Gotta nail the vibe, you know. A time when we're both free is hard to come by. Of course, I want to make sure you get the best gaming experience. Meshti pounces onto the beanbag as she speaks. This soft, comfy feel. I'd fall asleep if not for the fact we're here to play games today. Come here, Commander. Real little sister energy right now. She does have it. Meshti passed the empty spot next to her. I follow and lay down. How does it feel? Super cozy, huh? Not bad at all. Jess? Oh, we are falling asleep. Right for a nap. For when work is over. If mailing would never. Stay awake, Commander. I can feel Meshti roll over and start shaking my shoulders with her hands until I'm fully awake. I almost fell asleep. This beanbag sofa is nice indeed. Right? Alright, time to get back to business, Commander. Meshti shoves the console into my hand. You're always so passionate when it comes to video games, Meshti. Of course I am, not to mention we're playing it together this time. I want to experience all the woo-ah and what with you, Commander. Whoa. Oh, whoa. The whoa and what. Meshti puts on a silly smile, looking all adorable. I guess she looks kinda cute. I never thought of her as cute before, but I guess she looks kinda cute with the short hair. Still miss the long hair though. I can't resist patting the fluffy hair, or what's left of it. Yeah, what's left of it. Alright, let's begin our adventure. Alright. 2 hours later? The left side. I went to the left, Commander. Watch the left side. You can just keep reloading. I'll lure to point A. There's no cover there, so it'll be easier to hit. Gotcha. Oh, I set up a trap over at point A earlier. You can make use of that, Commander. It should buy us some time. Okay, I found it. Hold on. Got it. Nice. I just finished reloading. Aiming now? This definitely sounds more like Monster Hunter than it does Ark Survival, though. You can pull the trigger. I'm out of the way. Following a blinding flash, the in-game Nemertia is completely obliterated. Yay! We've defeated the regional boss. Good job, Commander. We high-five each other with a crisp clapping sound. And I'm kind of surprised they actually put a sound effect for that. Should I say as expected of the Commander? You're learning so fast even though it's your first time playing. That teamwork was so good. You're superb at cooperating with others, Commander. So much better than everyone else I've met. Have you played with others before? In other games, yes, but they're all randos that I got matched with. Yeah. Usually we'll get to play one game or two together before the squad gets disbanded. Either that or we'll simply don't get along. There are rare cases that we do, but they don't have enough time or progression in the game to continue playing. Some say we'll play next time, but then there'll never be a next time. Oh, speaking of that, when you told me let's find another day, I thought... You thought there won't be another day either? Yeah, but just for a bit. A tiny bit. Mishi makes special emphasis on that word. I originally planned to spend the day playing games or reading manga on my own. But upon receiving your invite, I thought to myself, oh, so you're being serious. This is what sets you apart from the others, Commander. I see. Besides, playing games with someone else is pretty nice. No, I should clarify. It's playing games with you, Commander. I guess that's the joy of sharing. I think it's great. It's not every day I get to see you all lively like this. Not to mention, the game you recommend is very fun. If you find it fun, that means we kind of share the same tastes? Alright, looks like I found a kindred spirit. By that, if I find something fun in the future, I'll share with you, Commander. Meshte flips around on the beanbag sofa like a fried egg. Her relaxed tone is very soothing. I can't help but raise the corner of my mouth. Of course, anytime you wish. I wish we could see a little bit of this game. Actually, could we? Hold up. I don't think it's the same game that she has here. Pretty sure it's not. Yeah, no, it's not. It's definitely not. Hold up. Let me go up here. Ah. Down. Oh, crap. Down. Move your freaking head out of the way. I need to go down. How do I go down? This is basically the original Girls Frontline, right? Oh, crap. Yeah, that's almost like the original Girls Frontline. Move over a little bit. I can't see. I can't see. I'd like to say Meshi versus Cheetah Gamer fighting at some point. That would be pretty fun. I was about to say, I kind of wish Mika would make a standalone game. Wish they did, which is Reverse Collapse. Oh, wait. Oh, did I bug her out? Oh, no! I bugged it out. But I want a standalone Girls Frontline game, not the Reverse Collapse one. Okay, we can kind of see it here. That's not exactly the game we played, though. Oh, well. Anyway, we still got a couple more stuff. What we got? Record 3? Oh, what's going on here? Huh. 2 Piece is actually pretty good. Oh, no! Don't fall for the One Piece propaganda! I mean, I gotta admit, One Piece is not bad, but the thing is, it's so freaking long. Unnecessary long, even. Like, what is that right now? Over 1,000 chapters or something? It kind of feels like one of those really long fantasy novels that take a really, really long time to finish. But yeah. I closed the manga Meshti let me borrow, stretched my back, and finally glanced at the clock on the desk. It's time already. Hours have passed since I began reading this manga and didn't even notice. It's time for a break. Knock knock. Are you there, Commander? Oh, Klukai, what are you doing here in Mishti's archives? Klukai. Hey Panzer, welcome. The door opens. Klukai stands imposingly outside. She is not here. Mishti is not here. What are you talking about? What's the matter, Klukai? I'm looking for Mishti. Have you seen her? Have I? I came back to my room right after work. I don't recall ever seeing her. What's going on? Damn it. She must be hiding. Anyway, I'll go look elsewhere. By the way, you should get some rest soon. The dark circles under your eyes are really obvious. I've been reading too much manga, apparently. Ever binge a manga that you just had the entire day pass by? I have. And forgotten to eat. And forgotten to rest. You need to rest from your manga and anime binging sometimes. Before even finishing her sentence, Klukai disappears around the corner of the hallway. Berserk? Really? Did you stop when they were on the boat? I only know about the boat meme. Sorry. I only know about the boat meme in Berserk. I don't know anything past that. I step back into my room, somewhat confused as I take a glance at the mirror on the wall. Me? Dark circles? Wait, what's that? The closet across my room is reflected in the mirror. And a tiny corner of a cloth, whose color doesn't align with any of my outfits, is peeking through the slit of the closet. Oh, that's where she's been hiding. Oh crap, my emote changed. Usually some odd manga that hasn't been updated for a year, then I have to reread the chapters to figure out what's happening. I don't think I've reread manga like that. But there was one manga I definitely had to like wait months to get the next chapter. Anyone here ever heard of Hoseki no Kuni or Land of the Lustrous? That ended, I think, last year, I think. And it literally took years to get 108 chapters out. And each one more confusing than the last. Definitely did not expect it to end up where it did from the beginning or even the middle of the manga up to the very end. It's all very confusing. You could definitely make a book report out of it, and I don't know if it would make that much sense. But if you haven't read it yet, I recommend giving it a shot, but be prepared to be very confused. That's all I'm gonna say. Tiny color. Right, she was hiding here. I walked over and pulled the door wide open. Ugh. Ouch. Meshi tumbles out like a ball and bumps into the chair in the middle of the room. Owie, owie. It's you, Commander. Welcome back. Yeah, what are you doing in my closet? Hiding? I've been back for 3 hours already. Hold on. Meshti, what were you doing in my closet? Catching some Z's? Why in my closet? Why not? What do you mean, why not? How long have you been there? Cool guy's looking for you. She hasn't given up looking for me? So scary. Looks like she's hiding the commander. Looks like hiding the commander's room was the right choice. So you're hiding from her? No, not exactly. We just finished a task today, you know, so I thought I'd take a nice uninterrupted nap. But my dorm is undergoing renovation, the lounge is also packed. I thought about borrowing Kulkai's dorm for a snooze, but she had me lined up for all sorts of training the moment she saw me. When will she realize that dolls need rest too? And so you chose my room to hide in instead? Not like I had a choice, and Doris isn't around and Belka would surely snitch on me. After careful consideration, your room was simply the best choice, Commander. While Klukai does drop by here, she's always... Oh, while Klukai does drop by here, she's always too embarrassed to do anything. Just as they say, with high risk comes high rewards. Meshti gets a little carried away as she wraps up her little rant. She then suddenly looks up at me warily, as if she just thought of something. I know, sneaking into your room without your permission isn't cool. But you won't tell Klukai that, right, Commander? Oh, so you know it's not cool to do that. I'm self-aware enough to know that at least. Besides, I also know that the Commander will certainly keep the secret, right? Meshi waddles up to me and begins poking my arm with her fingers over and over. Wow. We're comrade connoisseurs of games, manga, and movies, right? There is some goodwill between us, right? Comrade connoisseurs. I guess you're right. Sure, I won't tell anyone. Whenever you feel stressed, you can come and hide in my room at any time. Just remember to send me a message beforehand. Really? I'll totes be doing that if you say so. You know, totes, really? I don't think I've heard anyone say totes in a long time. Yeah, really. Having to deal with a whole bunch of tedious stuff is very taxing on my mind. There's nothing wrong in indulging a little escapism. Likewise, pushing yourself too much can also backfire. That's so true. There's nothing wrong with a little escapism. You sure do know how to jump to conclusions. But I know for a fact that you won't be running away forever, right? You just don't like being constantly on edge. Whoa, feels like you believe in me more than I believe in myself, Commander. Yeah, believe in me that believes in you. I think that's how it goes. But what if I'm simply too lazy to deal with my problems and will procrastinate until the very last moment, where I have no choice but to face the consequences? Well, what then? We'll see when that actually happens. No matter what, I believe in you. I still have no idea where this mysterious confidence of yours comes from. But no matter what, that means you won't hate when I act like this, right? Of course not. You have all the right to feel upset and want to escape. I'm merely providing you with a safe haven where you can feel at ease. Meshi remains silent for a moment, then sniffles. What's this? It feels like finding a safe room in a horror game full of monsters. Oh, me in Resident Evil. Whenever there's like too many zombies at once, and I just need a place to rest, this is me. Full of monsters. The situation in the Elmo can't be that bad, right? Whatever. You'll catch me slacking in here all the time if you keep being this lenient towards me. And if Klukai finds out one day, you'll be my accomplice. I'll definitely use you as a scapegoat, you know? I pat Mishti's fluffy head. Just leave it to me. Oh wow. Complicit. I think we got one more. I'm kind of sad that we won't get to the fifth one yet. With the morning task wrapped up, the afternoon sunlight is starting to make me somewhat drowsy. Suddenly, the sound of a door sliding open snaps me out of my daze. Is it her already? Oh, it's her already. Here you are, Commander. Perfect timing. I just picked up a physical copy of a currently trending manga. Let's read it together. And what's that trending manga? It's called... Ba-bam! Delicious in Contamination Zone. Oh, Delicious in Dungeon. Wait, hold up. You should share this with Sabrina, but I think Sabrina would actually like to go out there instead and try it herself, which I think she did, and she did not like the results. So, yeah, that's a good one. Not gonna lie, I'm still waiting on Dungeon Meshi Season 2. I've already finished the manga a long time ago, so at this point I'm kind of just waiting for the adaptation in the anime. And I think it's gonna take 3 seasons for them to actually finish the anime. It's good though. It's a good series. Highly recommended. Delicious in Contamination Zone, but everything is too irradiated to eat here. See, that's what makes this manga so interesting. The protagonist has mastered a secret technique to get rid of the radiation in her ingredients, allowing her to turn various elids into delicious dishes. However, there's a twist. That very technique is involved with some conspiracy. The plot is not as straightforward as it may seem. Sounds like an enticing story. Then let's read it together. Unsure of how much time has passed. Commander? My eyes snapped wide open. The elids chasing after me disappeared. In front of my eyes are the ceiling of my room and Meshti's head. Commander, were you having some kind of nightmare? You're sweating a lot. Did I fall asleep? Yeah, you did. We read about 10 minutes before your head started drooping. And then you just fell asleep. Wow, 10 minutes. How tired are you? Just remembered one of the Elmo wishing well letters from Sabrina where she wanted to cook an elid. I think she actually succeeded in cooking the elid. But if I remember correctly, she did not like the taste. Which is interesting, I guess, considering she can almost eat anything. But she's also, I don't think she's picky. She just likes food in general. But elid food did not work out. She did and she hated it. That's what I thought. I don't think I have that letter anymore because that was so long ago. It must have auto-deleted itself by now. Oh no, wait. It didn't auto-delete itself. The event isn't there anymore, so you can't read it. Crap. But anyway, 10 minutes and zonked out. I can't zonk out that easily most days. You could have told me that you were tired. I'm sorry. Meshi tilts her head with a confused look. Why apologize? I said we'd read the manga together, but I ended up falling asleep. Oh, that. It's fine, no biggie. You can take a nap wherever you want, Commander. But Mei Ling can't. Without Mei Ling, the whole ship would fall apart. Mei Ling needs some help. We can read the manga together any other time. Same goes for video games. I just took a nap too. I see. As long as you weren't bored by it. Sleeping isn't boring. Plus, sleeping next to you feels very reassuring, Commander. Actually, doing anything in your presence feels very reassuring. I can read manga and play games all day, grumble and rant all I want. Even doing nothing feels very soothing and relaxing. Just like when you find a safe room in horror games? Yep, 10 points for the Commander. But it's too comforting that it kind of wraps around into being scary again. Scary? What's that? It's like when manga characters jinx themselves. Say if someone goes, I finally found a place to call home. That place will definitely get obliterated by the enemy in the very next chapter. Then the protagonist has no choice but to tread on the path of revenge. Or, you know, it could be at the end of the manga and we never see what happens after that. Have you thought about that? Maybe that kind of manga doesn't exist in this world. Love and hope, right? Love and hope. Stop right there, Mishti. You're going a bit too far. The Elmo won't blow up. Probably. 416 has to hogtie the Commander for a date, and G11 just casually rolls up onto his bed. I mean, no ulterior motives, right? The only ulterior motive Mishti has is that she wants to hide from Klukai and take a nap. Meanwhile, 416 is very, very pushy. Very, very... I think some people said she was a bit of a yandere, right? Like, technically speaking, she doesn't have like the classic yandere tropes, but she is very possessive of the commander's time. For some reason, I do not understand how, because I feel like we don't really interact that much in the story, at least in the first game. But she has all these lines anyway, because, you know, it's just a kind of game. So, yeah. The Elmo won't blow up, probably. If the Elmo ever blows up, I do wonder if we get a different base later on. Because technically speaking, I can't see the Elmo lasting to the end of the game. I just don't see it happening. I feel like there's going to be a switch over at some point. And then we're going to have to move all our stuff from over here into the new base. But then again, this thing has lasted 10 years, so you never know. It's all good even if it blows up. Huh? As long as you're still around, Commander. I've thought about it. Without you, Commander, the Elmo's just another unremarkable place, with nothing special about it. It's your presence, or rather, the fact that you will come back. That this place has become my safe room. Knowing that the Commander will remain supportive of me no matter what happens gives me a sense of comfort. Thank you for putting your trust in me, but let's not expect the Elmo to blow up anytime soon. Otherwise, where else would you store all those manga and games of yours? Meshe frowns, seemingly contemplating the question thoughtfully. 404 secret stash. They have one, apparently. Just kidding. I might not be much of use or super dependable, but whether it's you, Commander, or something that you hold dearly, I'll do everything I can to protect it. Like the Elmo. After all, it's the Commander's home. Not to mention I'll be buying lots and lots of manga and games and stash them all over the Elmo to share them with you. Well then, I'm counting on you. Meshe chuckles and scratches her nose. Just leave it to me. Okay. So basically all her memory stuff is like comfy. At least these first four is comfy. I am extremely curious though what the heck happens over here at level 5 in the 5th story after you oath her. Like, I can't imagine oathing her to begin with, but we're kind of like oath locked before we can get anything else. New headcanon, the bed in J11's backdrop is Commander's bed. It is most likely his bed, yes. Until we get individual dorms, it's gonna be his bed. Alright, well, comfy, very comfy. I just wish we can get further than that. Let me see, Klukai. I think we did Wawa last time, right? So it's Klukai's turn. I forgot I put her in that outfit. Let me see. I'm just gonna skim the journals really quick to make sure it's not too long. Okay, it's not too long. Oh yeah, this is actually on the short side. It's kind of surprising. You know what still gets me is that this outfit is free. Or at least was free. I don't know if you can still get it. I think you can still get it, right? Anyway, record 1. This military doll, formerly known by her personal codename 416, and still referred to 416 by some people, has absolute confidence in herself and aspires to make every member of Hyde 404 an elite. After the former leader Levo was seconded to the non-military forces administration alongside with Lena, she took over as the leader, finishing recruiting members, and expanded 404 from a single squad to a covert operation with 2 excellent combat teams. Oh, that's why we have a squad 2. That's why we have squad B, because she recruited all those people. A lot of them being former Griffin dolls. The only two non-Griffin dolls are Andoris. No, Andoris is the only non-Griffin doll. Everyone else is. Wait, what? Okay. Currently can still get it, and then Vivi's bunny suit too. Okay, if you're playing the game and haven't gotten it yet, farm like you can. Wait, can you farm it? Oh wait, yeah. I think it just takes stamina to claim, so that's not too difficult. Klukai considers herself an elite doll and sets her own standards appropriately. As such, both her strength and strictness are unquestionable. To those who know Klukai well, however, it's clear that underneath this cold, strong-willed facade lies a very simple wish: to keep everything safe. Klukai firmly believes that that only by becoming strong can one gain the ability to protect and right to choose. Justifying the meaning of her name, Klukai hopes that she can become akin to a fierce crocodile, seizing a broader sky for 404 and giving those who do not exist the confidence to stand proud. However, all this gentleness and cherishing is buried under the strict requirements set by this unrestrained leader. Wait, hold up. Does Klukai mean crocodile? Wait, what? Hold up. What language is Klukai even? Technically, G11 was a civilian doll like Andoris and was never in G and K as far as I remember. No, she was never in G and K. She was directly taken home, technically, by 416, I think. Wait, does that actually mean crocodile? Klukai meaning. Wait. Cranberry? What? Klukia. Okay. I have no idea. I have no idea. Okay, well, I'm just gonna leave that a mystery then. Why the crocodile? Times have changed and so has her identity, but this has only strengthened the relationship between Klukai and the commander. This also makes her believe that when all is said and done, the only doll who can stand by the commander is... the only doll who can stand by the commander's side is her. Oh. Possessive. So possessive. No one knows when exactly, but one day Squad 404 began embarking on missions with just 2 members. 416 at the battlefield where victory was already certain. Wait. 416 looked at the battlefield where victory was already certain, and couldn't help but fall into contemplation. Although the mission was completed, this time it proved to be an arduous task due to insufficient firepower. She and G11 would probably have to undergo maintenance. Leva and Lena, when will their when will their secondment? I don't think I've ever heard of secondment before. When will their secondment be over? I really don't want you to forcefully wake me up every time you need a partner for a task. G11's untimely complaint angered 416, especially considering the name she mentioned. That's right. Ever since the day Kalina's long-term seconded those two, all of 404's regular tasks turned into duo missions, just 416 and G11. Looks like you prefer to get wrecked by that bullet storm and end up in an underground broker scrap refitting room. 416 frowned, probably at the thought of the other 2 members of 404. With just 2 members, Squad 404 was definitely incomplete. How much longer would it be until those 2 return to 404? Will they ever come back at all? It sounds like it's been a while, and they're still not back yet. An inexplicable irritation lingered in her heart, likely because she was subconsciously rejecting such an outcome. Well, it'll probably simply because of the heavy damage we sustained now. Thinking this, 416 dragged G11 along, throwing her into the transport vehicle for the return trip. Alright. You really bought it. G11 let out a brief sigh at the sight of a brand new motorbike parked in the base. Oh, I guess it is what someone did with their hard-earned money. Their really souped-up bike. Fair, it's a pretty good bike anyway. One of the transport vehicles commonly used by Squad 404 was destroyed during one of the recent missions. In order to arrive at the location of the next mission on time, they had to rent a motorbike from an underground broker. Perhaps the driving experience was too good, or perhaps riding a motorbike made the overly tense 416 feel a brief sense of freedom and release. 416 having a midlife crisis and bought a new bike. Yeah, I don't think it's a bad, it definitely wasn't a bad purchase. That's for sure. Either way, 416 didn't hesitate to order a bike of her own, even for a second. Moreover, now that all missions were conducted by just 2 people, an overly bulky vehicle would simply be a hindrance. However, G11 seemed utterly uninterested in 416's newly ordered bike. She lazily yawned and was just about to go back to her beanbag. We have a mission coming up in 2 hours. Where do you think you're going? Like you said, there's 2 hours left. I'm still a bit sleepy, so I'll just take a short... Idiot, it's precisely because you're such a lazy bones that executing missions is so troublesome. 416 grabbed G11 just as she was about to leave, interrupting her mid-sentence and pushed her onto the rear seat of the motorbike. Isn't that because half of our combat power is put on a second mint? I specifically requested a safety harness for the rear seat. Keep complaining, I'll change the mudguard to a G11 model. The mudguard to a G11 model? Oh, the screen, the windshield. Yeah, that would be a great. She could guard against the mud while she's sleeping. Seeing her sit down obediently, 416 stepped on the gas. Since then, 416 seemed to come to enjoy taking G11 for a ride, although the latter wasn't always so willing to come along. Okay, here's the thing. I know I call them 416 and G11 all the time, but when it's written out like this and I'm used to seeing Klukai and Mishti, I get thrown off so hard. Like, I had to process that really hard in my head. And the GR in front of the G11, I just ignore that. But yeah, it's so weird seeing them referred to as 460 and G11 here. I think this was like super early still, so they haven't changed names yet. I wonder when that happened. 416 didn't approve of the idea of expanding Squad 404 at first. On the one hand, it was because the doll's resumes Leva handed her weren't really all that satisfactory to her. On the other hand, true to the original meaning of Squad 404, what 416 and the others initially wanted to fight for was perhaps something ordinary dolls had already possessed. A safe haven for illegal dolls, something that wasn't suitable for ordinary dolls. It all began with 416 saving G11 on impulse, completely changing the latter's life as a result. At that time, she realized that even if it was well-intentioned, taking matters into one's own hands could still change a person's fate. If Leva hadn't forcibly stuffed new dolls into 404 under the pretext of completing missions, or if G11, whose fate was changed, hadn't chimed in, 416 might not have accepted all this so quickly. However, once a decision is made, 416 immediately regained her usual determination and pride. Restoring the squad's missing combat power was of utmost priority. Even without Leva and Lena, 404 must keep moving towards the future instead of disbanding. To achieve this goal and to be responsible to the members who entrusted 404 with their fates, 416 decided to accept the mantle of leadership. Just like that? So she didn't take it like because she wanted to, she took it because she had to? I see. Hearing this news though, Leva smiled and passed 416 the handover documents she had prepared in advance. An entire stack all at once. Only then did 416 realize that she had likely been tricked again. So you've been planning to dump this ungrateful job on me all along? You've made such a grand declaration. Time to deliver new leader of Squad 404. Leva's wink was as sly as always. Tricked, bamboozled into being a leader. Wow. Not really her choice, apparently. I have no intention of digging into your reasons for leaving Griffin, but when do you plan to discuss your current situation with me? Having typed this message into the communicator, Klukai hesitated for a second before sending it. Over the years, she hadn't received a single reply from that person. Fortunately, 404's intelligent networks allowed Klukai to receive occasional updates about their situation. Knowing that the other party was safe and sound was enough for Klukai to be able to retain patience and composure. Oh, she's trying to contact the commander at this point. I see. Otherwise, neither the Boojums from the contamination zones nor the agreement that was seemingly ineffective against 404 could have stopped her. Klukai looked at the chat window again. The only message in it were hers. The dates of the messages spanned years. It would have been impossible for the other party to miss all of them. Not even left on red? Really? Klukai knew full well about the trauma that sands of time caused that person. All of her old acquaintances were made helpless in the face of shifting tides. Sometimes, silence doesn't stem from disgust or estrangement. Not being involved doesn't necessarily mean non-interference or harmlessness. She herself is now the leader of Squad 404. That change in perspective also allowed her to see more secrets and crises. It's just a pity that she still can't share her perspective with that person. Klukai, if you're not going to sleep, at least be quiet. Mishti complained, half asleep. Not only then did Klukai realize she had been tossing around everything in her reach while in her state of contemplation. In the end, Klukai deleted the message she had just composed and quickly typed the same short question as always. Where are you? Only this time she attached her geolocation data as well. This was undoubtedly a dangerous move for the covert 404. But Klukai had no doubts about the other party's credibility. I'm waiting for your response. Wherever you are, I'm here. No matter what the agreement entails, I only care about your response. That silent tacit understanding was always entangled in the airwaves. Okay. She's been looking for the commander ever since he left and got bamboozled into being the leader of 404. Great! I guess there's nothing here about doing interviews, I guess, with the new dolls. You're gonna see that in the other doll stories, I guess. She is that kind of ex, huh? The clingy ex, I guess. I mean, technically speaking, the commander disappeared like randomly one day, right? It's not like he broke up with her or anything like that. But yeah, she is the clingy ex that keeps going back. Want to see the interview between 416 and Belka? Yeah, I think if I get Belka, maybe when I get Belka, because I feel like at some point I'm gonna get everyone anyway. Just focusing on a few dolls at the moment. Eventually, we'll probably see it from her perspective. Yeah, anyway. Memories. Morning, Yellow Zone, Elmo Ops Room. I think one of the later ones has a bit of her meeting with the other two. Could check them. Oh, did you oath her? Yeah, if you could like skim that really quick, I think that would be kind of interesting. But yeah, it's gonna be a while before I can oath anyone. Again, sorry. All the reports and files meant to be worked on today are now perfectly sorted on my table. Each one clearly labeled with exceptionally perfect annotation and concise project summary. Oh no. Groza! Someone's trying to take your job! The only thing missing being... I don't remember having finished these. Good morning, Commander. A new day has dawned. Excellent. Looks like you've woken extremely swiftly today. I'm glad to see you in good spirits. Ruka, I suspect you've got a suspicious passenger. Oh, we've got a suspicion. I suspect we've got a suspicious passenger aboard the Elmo. That's her. I've already inspected Elmo's operational status. There are no anomalies, of course, including the crew. However, if that's the reason of your unusual alertness today, I don't mind going through the Elmo again. Rest assured, Commander, with me present, no one will ever be allowed to harm you or get close to you ever again. Even Groza. Seeing how seriously Klukai reacts to the suspicious stranger, I feel like I made a poorly thought out joke. Oh, that's supposed to be a joke? I didn't even think it was a joke. Rather than harm, it feels like they're being philanthropic. All of my reports and files were compiled overnight. Commander, have you double-checked those documents? They were wonderfully done. So perfect, in fact, I feel like I should just pay them well enough for them to remain here. You ought to feel pleased now, as they have already decided to remain. Already? Really? How many more hints do I need to give you? Just say it, Yasundere. Given those sloppy reports and those disorganized files of yours, only I could help you organize them all in one night. Technically, it only took me 4 hours, which is roughly twice as fast than if you did it on your own. Thanks, Klukai. With your help, I can go straight to the dispatch room now. To arrange dispatches, I drawn up a plan for today's dispatch assignments. It's been sent to your terminal. As far as the dispatch assignments every day, the same people go on dispatch every day. And guess what? I put you with Mishti to do one of them. Enjoy that. I also put Sharkry and Vepli together. Vepli doesn't mind. Sharkry might. Sharkry might. The only thing I'm missing is Suomi, so I can put Suomi and Papasha together. And hopefully that'll sort things out with them. I skeptically pull out my terminal to check. Did you do this data analysis overnight too? That trivial task that didn't take very long. Anyway, I've taken care of all work which needed doing. Commander, you can just relax for the rest of the day now. The appreciation cannot come later. What I'd like to remind you of is you have a lot of free time today. So if you happen to have something you wanted to do but can never find time for, or things you wanted to say but never found the opportunity to do so, today would be the proper time for closure. I think she's trying to say something, guys. I don't know what it is, but it could be the very slight blush and the insistence on doing something specific during the free time might have something to do with it. Thanks, that was very helpful. After briefly thinking Klukai, I immediately start on checking the dispatch plan. Oh, well, I mean, it's the same wording. Commander, she's not pleased. But Klukai doesn't appear to have any intention of leaving just yet. She wants attention right now. You seem to have more to say. No, just disappointed. Klukai looks a little displeased. Not depressed. I was about to say depressed. Displeased. Very displeased. Was my tone too informal? You know, in the first game, there was this mechanic that was a holdover from Kantai Collection that is the affections, right? So affections are still in this game, except you have to give gifts for them and it never goes down. And also doesn't go up while you're fighting with them. In the first game, affection goes up and down depending on whether on how well they do in combat. It goes up if they survive. It goes down if they die. like a lot down. You can also still give them gifts, but usually it's that or leaving them in the dorm for a very long time. But yeah, I'm kind of glad we don't have a way to reduce affection here because she would definitely go crazy. Did a quick check. Last 3 journal entries are from the commander's perspective as he hangs out with her. Oh, okay. So I'm assuming the last 3 journals are usually from the commander then? Like for all the dolls, it's probably the same thing. I mean, it would kind of make sense why it's locked behind that. Alright. So, I'm guessing we'll just have to see the recruitment process, if at all, from Belka and Andorus themselves once they come over. I just tried to remind you, Commander. Don't you have something you want to say? Today's not a busy day. You have ample time to think it through. When you put it that way, I have no idea what you want. Huh? Kluka intensifies her tone. Her expression also grows more serious, fixing her eyes on me without looking away. Looks like she won't settle for anything less than an answer today, but what's with her? Putting on a thoughtful demeanor right away, huh? Commander, I already assisted in completing all your work today. Please use the time saved to reflect on it and don't leave anything out. Wow. What am I supposed to ponder without a hint? Wow, this is literally the girlfriend who tries to tell you something specific without telling you anything at all. But if Kluka started helping me today, I think I figured it out. You think? I see. Sorry, Kluka, for taking so long before talking to you. Okay, that wasn't my imagination. She did close in on me like very quickly. It's like, wait, did she get a little bigger? I guess she did. Hearing that, Kluka's expression finally softens. She hums gently in satisfaction, signaling for me to continue. It's about the fieldwork, isn't it? Fieldwork? Both Groza and Mei Ling are out on fieldworks lately, and Groza especially informed me before leaving that you would take over her responsibilities during her absence. However, I assume you aren't well versed in the Elmo's matters, right? Shall I give you a short briefing? Wow. The official wife says you can take over while I'm not around. But only when I'm not around. She did not like that. No? A tinge of hesitation clouds Klukai's expression, as if she's withholding her feelings. The ops room thus falls into a brief, awkward silence. The mood shift from her was great. At last, the enigmatic ripples return to tranquility. This is tranquility? I don't know. She still seems a little pissed off. I don't know if you can call this tranquil. No, that's right. But rest assured, Commander, I am an elite doll, the leader of Hide 44, and will soon be in charge of all matters of the Elmo, which includes the Commander's schedule. The entire schedule. Please no. You're scaring me. Don't. Wife? Where is she? Where's my wife? Wife is in field work right now. Oh, jeez. We're so screwed up. Please come back soon, Groza! Please! Please! Anyway. Hearing Klukai's acknowledgement, I also experience a sense of relief. Do you now? Well, looks like I can entrust you with the Elmo for the time being. Only now do you realize that? Besides, that suffix condition was redundant. Anyway, I've enabled all access for you. Whether it's my work or the schedule, you can check in anytime and follow up. I saw that. However, Commander, you're still the one in charge of the Elmo. I'll be confirming all schedules and tasks with you. In addition, I'd like to remind the Commander that giving someone this much access is a bit reckless. Please be more conscientious about it, unless you entrusted them to me. This is the most sensible decision you could take. Wow. Really? That's kinda shameless of you. Really? Then I'm counting on you. Rest assured, Commander, you will not be disappointed. Whether it's your work or daily life, I'll get everything organized, just you watch. Yay, should I be scared? Should I be scared? She really wants the wife position so badly. Sadly, she'll never get it. Or maybe thankfully she'll never get it, I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? Do you want her to have the wife position instead? Do you want a wife who's going to schedule everything for you like that? I personally don't. That's too much. That's too much pressure. That's too much control out of my hands. Anyway, morning, Yellow Zone, outside the Elmo. Why are we starting like this? I've been waiting for a while, Commander. You already wifed her? Okay, that's your problem then. That's your problem to deal with. As I exit the Elmo, I see Klukai waiting for me on her motorbike. She tucks her terminal back in her pocket, and I can't help but ponder how many times she has double-checked it while waiting. Sorry for being late. I was under the impression that today was a day off. Is there more work to do? Commander, have you properly checked today's schedule? Schedule? I promised to assist you in organizing all your work and daily life. You haven't forgotten about that, have you? You did? Oh wow, you were serious about that. Since it's a rest day, I honestly didn't pay attention. Can't just wing it, you know? I pull up my calendar and start checking the day's schedule. It's packed. So packed, in fact, that I'm under the illusion I've become a resident of a safe zone. As expected, you took long enough. Let me just explain. Since the Elmo just so happens to be stationed near a green zone, I planned you a vacation in the satellite city. A decent change of scenery once in a while, don't you think? Wait, we have to follow this schedule? Just because you said so? As this is a time for relaxation, you don't need to be so on edge, Klukai. Let's enjoy the time together, shall we? You're right. I scroll through the vacation itinerary Klukai created. First, ride Klukai's motorbike to the green zone, arriving just in time for a proper lunch at a pre-booked restaurant. Wait, hold up. This looks familiar. Wasn't this the letter that she sent us a couple of weeks ago? This was the letter she sent us a couple of weeks ago, what? No, that was last week. This looks very familiar. I've heard of this restaurant. It must have been hard to get a reservation, right? Luckily, booking a table there is a breeze for 4 if we desire. Almost word for word? Oh crap. After the meal is a cafe? We have Springfield's coffee on board the Elmo. Is this really necessary? Wow, really? It is. It's alone time between you and me, only me. I mean, the cast in this cafe can help you relax. Are you sure that's the only reason? Are you sure you only wanted to be in the cat cafe for the cats? She is also a cat lover, by the way, if no one knew. And lastly, head to this power sports show to research the latest models of motorbikes. This feels like some stuff that you want to do. Okay. We can check out many of the latest models. Is the commander interested? Isn't it a little late to ask me if I'm interested since you put it there? Though compared to her constant facade of a mature leader in everything, I find Klukai's overdue candid sharing of her interests much more comforting. Then suppose it's to keep me company. Time is ticking, Commander. It's time for us to move out.
No need to contemplate anything, just follow me and relax. Remember this day well. Our first date since our reunion.
Oh wow, you literally call it a date.
I will make the commander experience the most unforgettable vacation ever.
A break for one day a vacation does not make. Let me just tell you that. I need at least 2 or 3 weeks.
Klukai's hands me the helmet she prepared, hops on the motorbike, and gestures for me to sit in the back seat. Without much hesitation, I follow Klukai onto the bike.
Oh, she's blushing.
Commander, hold me tight or you'll fall off.
I slide my hand around Klukai's waist. Crap. Where? Where is her waist in this mess of tactical gear? I'm pretty sure that waist is pretty tight though. So wow. She really said tighter. A little tighter, please. She didn't say please, but... Klukai leans down, starts off. With a roar of the engine, the motorbike shoots out like a bullet. I never realized you acquired such a hobby.
Surprised? There was a time when 404 was left with just me and Meshti. It was easier to get around this way and I became used to it. Besides, racing freely on the road like this, all the responsibilities and worries seem to be left behind for a while. What do you think, Commander?
It's pretty nice. While I try to take in the landscape of the yellow zone, today's visibility is so low that I can't see the road ahead. At the same time, a powerful sandstorm, often recognized as the herald of a collapse storm, relentlessly rushes by, its roar echoing behind my ears. I can't help feeling a sense of unease. But I'm afraid our joyride will have to come to an end.
You don't like this, Commander?
Well, there's a collapse storm coming along the way, so that's probably a bad idea. I do, but the impending collapse storm doesn't. I point at the darkening sky in the... Whoa, crap, I skipped a good step. I point at the darkening clouds in the distance. No doubt a storm is brewing.
Of all times, it had to be now.
Relax, we're not out of luck. There's a ruin nearby we can use for temporary shelter. I've sent you the coordinates. Let's go there.
Okay, hold on to me. It's going to be rough.
Wait, we're going to a shelter, not straight to the green zone? Afternoon, yellow zone, coordinates, all this string of numbers, unknown factory, ruin. Boof. Really? Boof?
Another rock is mercilessly kicked into the wind. Klukai has almost cleaned up the ruin's entrance. Klukai, come take a look and sit down for a bit instead of just standing there and moping. Collapse storms are a common occurrence in contamination zones. You'll get used to it.
Oddly enough, there's got a storm barreling down on you. Ooh, take care with that. I hope it's not going to be too bad. I assume the ruins were closer and the storm was right up on top of that. Okay, that kind of makes sense. I don't know how fast storms can go typically, but I've seen enough storms that either you get caught up in it completely because, you know, they're just that big, or they're slow. So if they're slow and you can get around it, that's usually a thing. But I guess if it's so big that there's no other way around it, you do have to like hunker up somewhere. While clearly still upset, Klukai nonetheless walks back and takes a seat beside me.
The weather forecasts have become as reliable as the words of a certain commander. Instead of putting my faith in this kind of stuff, I might as well go ahead and flip a coin to decide our next step.
You can predict collapse storms, really? I don't think they're so predictable though. You're being a little dramatic, aren't you?
Thanks to this damn weather, all our plans for the day have fallen through.
On the bright side, I will remember this day fondly, just like you hoped.
Remember as the worst dating experience ever? Well, technically, we did not go out on a date yet. We were about to go on a date, but bad things seem to stick better in the mind than good things, sadly. Isn't that the worst possible outcome? In this case, I might as well erase this memory as quickly as possible. It's not like that. At this point, I'm afraid there's nothing I can say to soothe the frustration of this elite doll. Commander... After a brief silence, Klukai is the first to speak. Won't you say something, Commander? I'm used to the weather here. Collapse storms impact everyone who moves through the contamination zones equally. I mean, we got a lot of free time right now. Don't you have anything that you'd like to tell me? Oh, she's still on this. Tell her something? Klukai seems to be asking this question a lot lately. Under different contexts, too. Is she hoping that I can exhibit better decision-making skills? Indeed, most of our time together was spent on handling missions. It's only natural she's concerned about that. Girl, give a hint! Say like it's been 10 years or something. Like, I feel like he'd get it at that point. Maybe. You know, sometimes he can pick things up really easily. Other times he's a brick. But then again, she's also not being clear. And considering her personality, not exactly the first thing that comes to mind about all those times that that she's tried to contact us and never replied, right? Right. But it's a rest day today. Even with the plans disrupted by the collapse storm, I still want everyone to be a bit more relaxed. This storm is probably going to last a couple more hours. We're not making it to the satellite city at this rate. How about we figure out what we should do after the storm is over instead? For whatever reason, Klukai reveals an expression alien to her usual self. It's obvious to all that she's deeply unhappy. But in the end, she doesn't say anything. Wow. She is so upset. Sorry, we're just gonna have to take that coffee date in the Elmo where everyone else is. No alone time whatsoever. Evening, Yellow Zone, Elmo, public area bar. I couldn't find you anywhere. Turns out you're holed up here drinking. It's a new wine Mei-Ling brought back. Oh, we're stealing Mei-Ling's wine again? The commander is still quite the popular one, not unlike back at Griffin. So why are you looking for me? I believe all my tasks today should be done. Klukai's stern expression makes me want to pull out my terminal and check if I missed a certain arrangement. Looks like I still need to remind you that, since Mei-Ling and Grozer are back from the field work, I won't be in charge of assisting you from tomorrow onwards. Okay. And enjoy your break? In other words, the reason I'm standing here isn't work. Seems you can now take a breather. I glance at the liquor. Oh no. Commander? I hope you don't do what I think you're gonna do. This is the last thing you should be giving her. Did you not forget what happened at one time? Oh no, I hope he doesn't do it. I glance at the liquor cabinet behind, fill a couple of flavors of juices from what's left, pour them into a shaker along with tonic water, add some salt ice, then shake it even, and finally pour it into a glass set in front of Klukai. I did not read the entire thing and he totally did. This is a bad idea. I think he forgot about the mini universe that she created last time. Never mind, he remembered, thank goodness. A non-alcoholic drink especially made for you. Might be a little skimpy, but it's the best we can get here. Thank you, Commander. I should be the one thanking you. It's been tough on you these days. Especially Groza? Wait, is Groza a bad drunk? This is the first time I've heard about this. I raise my glass and gently clink Klukai's. However, she only stares at me ponderously without raising her glass. This leads me to set my glass down awkwardly as well. Is that all? Commander, don't you have anything else to say? I should? Neme. Who's Neme? Oh, Nemesis? I feel like if Nemesis starts drinking, she might actually start making sense. So that may not be a bad thing. That may not be a bad thing. Kluka isn't the type who remain silent when they have something to say. What else could prompt her to inquire persistently about? I ponder for a moment, then comes up with an answer. Commander? I see. Kluka, you're suggesting that the Elmo and High 404 are now part of a cooperative partnership, not superiors and subordinates. Yeah, he's not getting it. To be fair, she needs to drop more hints. She definitely needs more hints. I don't know anything about that. If she does, well, did I get spoiled by something? I haven't heard anything. Nope. And then? So supporting the Elmo and aiding me in my work these days were not part of your duties. I'm such a fool for expecting anything from you. Well, you didn't exactly explain yourself. Maybe due to my inability to come up with a clear resolution, Klukai's eyes immediately dull. She lets out a soft sigh, then playfully mocks herself, as if having an internal monologue. No need for you to worry about that. I'll make sure to compensate you accordingly. Not only that, but since you've over-delivered on your duties, this payment will be nothing less than a fortune. It's literally the intro song from this game? Really? What? There was a song? Rather than the delighted face I was looking forward to seeing from Klukai, I'm faced with one that's seldom seen. One encompassing repressed frustration and bitterness. Girl, just say it clearly. Just say it clearly. You really don't have a clue. No, of course he doesn't. You had to be clear. Everyone else who's reading this probably has an idea, but you need to be clearer. Gosh darn it. Right now, even her voice is a few decibels above her usual. She gulps down the drink, then slams the glass onto the tabletop. Klukai? Oh jeez. Is she simulating drunk mode right now? Before I can even ask, she yanks me closer by the collar of my shirt. Wow, forceful. Since you keep on playing dumb, Commander, don't blame me for being discourteous. Oh, blushing at the same time? Perhaps fueled by rage, Klukai's face surprisingly turns red. Oh, okay. We're actually commenting. Although the beverage was undoubtedly non-alcoholic, a tinge of sweet and sour, the telltale odor of alcohol, still lingers in the air. I don't think she can get drunk on fumes, thankfully. But when have you ever been discourteous? When have you? Oh wait, what? Wait, hold up. Let me read this. When have you ever been courteous? Wow. Wow, this is not something you wanted to tell her. Holy crap, she slaps you, your jaw's gonna be dislocated for the next week. I mean, the kind of shrewdness that can be perceived at a glance is the most dangerous, right, Klukai? While doing my best to verbally appease Klukai, I attempt to find a way for her to let go of her grip without angering her further. Even at this point, are you still avoiding me, Commander? Do you think I'd allow that to happen? Oh, she pulls in closer. Her grip has become tighter, almost twisting my collar 180 degrees. Are you really not going to explain yourself, Commander? Explain frickin' what? After all these years, couldn't you possibly have never received any of my messages? Could you? I tried to reach out to you so many times. Why won't you answer me in any capacity? So it was about that. Oh, thankfully she actually says it. Because I don't think we'd ever figure it out by ourselves. Klukai, listen to me. I can explain. Let go of me first. No. You didn't even bother to answer me once. Not a single message. Why should I listen to you? Literally women messaging you at midnight when you're not when you're knocked out. Wow, can't be me. Never have I actually experienced that. Actually never. Thankfully never. But also, women messaging me? Not like that anyway. She pulls me in a little closer. Again. How close do you want us to get? Do you actually want me to like kiss that mouth shut? Because I feel like that's the only thing that's gonna stop her at this point. The distance between Kluka and myself shortens again, until distance where even breathing felt intrusive. Commander, why won't you say something? Are you still playing dumb even now? I'm right in front of you, asking you all these questions and you still won't answer a single word? Well, we literally had no clue until you told us about it. What about all I need is you? Was that merely a ruse to fool me like a child all along? Wait, when did we say this? When did we say this? Was this your fault? Klukai is clearly in a terrible mood. With the way things are going, the reply needs to be weighted carefully so as not to anger her further. While I was thinking of a response, Klukai keeps voicing her grievances continuously. Dang it. These AI are so advanced, they're now getting so jealous and so clingy after 10 years. What the heck? It has been so hard to finally find you. I thought you finally needed me again. But how did it turn out? On the Elmo? With all these dolls already? It's so lively here. Why did you say it like that? What? So, you've just been recruiting new dolls one after another, but never thought to bother with me? What? How is that my fault? How is that my fault? Oh jeez, I don't even know. I mean, they're still, technically speaking, they roll out with some emotions and understanding the world, but they still need to get experience. If they don't get experience in this kind of situation, they're never gonna develop. No matter how many simulations they run. But, gosh dang, she can't be drunk, right? Not only that, but you also treated me like a complete outsider. Going on and on about partnership and compensation and whatnot. Where on earth did 4-4 ever charge you for anything? Now that I think about it, I guess never. Klukai's utterances grow more and more agitated, almost as if she's drunk. Had I known that you didn't intend to leave me alone at all and still needed Doll's assistance, I would have shown up ages ago to get you. And what happened? Here I am, worried that the agreement in 4-4 would affect you negatively, like a total dork. Yeah, we have so many dorks, you wouldn't be the first one. That agreement can't do shit to me. And even now, you won't even give me an explanation. Klukai's voice halts abruptly and her pupils cease to focus gradually. Okay, Klukai, how did you get drunk? Even louder, now accompanied by a strong odor of alcohol. Okay, someone did mix up the bottles. I quickly glance at the tabletop. The glass of non-alcoholic beverage I was supposedly consumed sits there full, making a mockery out of a certain someone's current embarrassing state. and my glass filled with vodka. Damn it, she downed it all! Okay. Mei Ling is not at fault here. Klukai ignored her drink completely and went for the vodka. She did this to herself. Let's see. Alert! Detecting level 2 intrusion of multiple dolls. The warning rings up untimely, breaking the stalemate between me and Klukai. Yet Klukai remains surprisingly calm. Intrusion? Multiple dolls at that? Identifying intruder confirmed. Tactical doll Klukai. Wait, what did you do? What did you do? Did you hack into the system? Klukai, are you accessing everyone's level 2? Today, I'll show the commander who's the most true. Please expedite response. Several dolls are facing for shutdown. This is like one step short of killing them. She has gone full yandere, everyone. Drunk full yandere. So this is what she can do. Klukai, what are you doing in level 2? Cut it out. However, focus on level 2. Klukai ignores my pleas. Oh, there's Meshti. It's over. It's the end of the world. I vaguely overhear the mournful cries of Meshti in the distance. Wait, we're ending it like that? What? We're ending that chapter like that? Okay, we gotta keep. I mean, we gotta finish anyway, but. Why is it so peaceful right now? Why is it so peaceful right now? 5 days ago. Klukai, today's combat report has yet. Realizing I was calling out to her, Klukai immediately averts her eyes. The report's in the ops room. Ah, okay, so this is like post-drunken rage. And she probably still remembers what happens. So she's a little bit off-standish because of it. I hope. I think. Is it? Well, we can go together. I'll leave now. 3 days ago. Klukai, there's combat training later today. Do you... 404's got our own group training, so I won't be there. Huh? But Meshti's coming? I train by myself. Klukai interrupts my invitation with a stiff excuse and turns away just like that. I can't tell if she's embarrassed of what happened or something else. For the second time, is she avoiding me? Oh wow. Why ever do you think she's avoiding you? Yesterday. Ever since Klukai declined my invitation, I haven't seen her for the past 2 days. On the Elmo? Where else could she hide? She's totally hiding from me. Since I can't find her, maybe I should send her a message. I open my comm terminal and type a message to Klukai. Morning, Yellow Zone, Elmo Ops Room. New message received. I open the comms interface with Klukai's reply. On our day off at 10 in the morning, I'll meet you at Elmo's exit ramp. Oh, she finally agrees? Where are you? My message sent to her still hangs visibly above her reply, with date displayed from a day earlier. Anyway, it's a nice thing that she replied. After all, she's been avoiding me for a while now. I'm guessing it has something to do with a glass of vodka. Hold on. Today is... What is today? Today's the rest day? I glance at the clock. Only 10 minutes left before the promised meeting time. Wow. Hustle. Morning, Yellow Zone, outside the Elmo. I didn't expect the commander to actually see the message. After all, it's quite difficult to see you nowadays and I still cherish that. If possible, please let me know further in advance next time, okay? It's difficult to see me. Nothing changed for me compared to usual. It's you who didn't look hard enough. Fine, I'm sure you didn't deliberately avoid me. And definitely not while drunk. Commander! Klukai interrupts. I have no idea where you're going with this, but I would advise against it or else I will not be too happy about it, which wouldn't spell good news for you. Indeed, when you made a whole scene in level 2 last time, you created the biggest breach on the Elmo in years. That was an accident. No, that was not an accident. That was your repressed desire to be the only one. And you almost killed everyone. Just saying. Don't do that again, please. But rather than mocking me with those words, let's get on the bike, Commander. Klukai seems unwilling to continue the conversation about the drunken episode, and tosses me the same helmet I wore last time. Am I riding in the backseat today as well? I won't be able to steal very well if you sit in the front, but I don't mind trying if you insist. Then forget it. Thankfully, M16 wasn't there because Option was gonna get wrecked. If M16 was there to save us, that would have been resolved very, very quickly and without incident, I feel like. Also, we can't call her M16 anymore, sadly. She changed her name a long time ago. She's boss now. She's boss. Klukai gets on the motorbike, closely followed by myself. Not bad. Looks like you've taken upon yourself to hold on to me. We had a choice? Klukai appears somewhat content with the situation, and just like that, she drives me around on the plains of the Yellow Zone for a while. Really? Through all the ruins? After an unknown period, Klukai finally pulls over to the side of the road. Get off. Looks like today's date won't be in the green zone. That date was indeed a shame. However, I didn't say it's a date this time. That aside, since you were the one who messaged me first, you must have something to say this time, Commander. Seems like whether or not it's going to be a date depends on what I have to say. If that's how you interpret it, fine. That's awkward, Klukai. I don't want to give you the impression that I'm only saying this because I want to spend time in the green zone. A hint of anticipation appears on Klukai's face. No, as long as the Commander refrains from avoiding the obvious this time. Don't worry, actually I wasn't trying to avoid it. I just couldn't figure out how to say it. Klukai, I'm well past being a Griffin Commander. Yet even as a bounty hunter, the circumstances I find myself in aren't much better. I've always known that. It's not just a question of the complex web of powers at play surrounding us, but I myself am subject to many constraints and bindings, as you are aware. So even though the agreement does not ostensibly affect 404, I've always thought that for you who are in perils of your own, establishing contact with the Elmo before the agreement is relaxed or before the constraints on the Elmo are gone would bring about even greater risk for you. To you. I know you're not afraid of any of that, but are you worried I'll get in trouble if I come too close to you? So to speak. Commander, I've always respected your decisions, and I've always convinced myself with the thought that if you're not ready yet, that I won't bother you. Ever since I became the leader of 404, I've often had no choice but to make compromises and changes. Of course, it's all for the sake of making 404 stronger, protecting our members. I understand that. In this world, being strong and powerful is what gives you the right to make decisions. But Klukai ponders for a moment and looks at me solemnly. Oh geez, closer? Being safe, too, is something you can only feel assured of once it's firmly in your hands. I'm sure you understand that more than I do. Since you get it, that makes everything easier. But it's no longer just that, Commander. I will always stand by 404, but I'll never give up on you either, and much less accept the fact that you've been trying to estrange yourself from me for reasons like this. This is the path chosen by the new leader of 404 and the elite Dal Klukai. Squad 404? Those who don't exist have fought tooth and nail in the past just to survive, and we are more than capable of doing it again. Besides, you're going to help me, right? She's blushing now. Wind ruffles Klukai's long hair. Behind her is the usual dull brown sky of the yellow zone, with dark clouds capable of overwhelming everything. Oh, you can actually see the dust. Interesting. Dust rises with a cold wind, as it has done before countless other collapse storms, rendering everything in the distance growing blurry. But Klukai stands there, her silhouette unmistakably clear to me. Looks like Klukai is still the same old Klukai, and I was the same. What? Looks like Klukai is still the same old Klukai, and I was the one that got too sentimental. Seemingly satisfied with the answer, Klukai's face finally breaks into a smile. So, what's next on the schedule? Wait, that's all we had to say? Nothing else? I guess we won't say anything more until we're oathed. Is that even a question? Of course we're gonna make up for the date we weren't able to go on last time. You're not gonna shut me down now, are you, Commander? Of course not. Well, that concludes the chit-chat. We'll have to savor the rest of our time. Get on the bike. Riding Klukai's motorbike now has become a breeze. With the roar of the engine, Klukai once again takes me on a ride. However, sure enough, that weather change was indeed a prelude to a collapse storm. Again? Behind us, signs of the collapse storm resurface. By the look of things, we've got about 5 minutes before the storm reaches our current position. Should we find a place to take shelter? The nearest ruin we can hide in is only 2 kilometers away. It's just a storm after all. Before I can finish, Klukai throttles up, and with no intention of changing direction, she steers a motorbike right along the heading of the collapse storm. Wait, are you trying to kill us? Just to be clear, it's not that I don't trust you with the performance of your motorbike, but are you really trying to outrun a collapse storm? You caught on pretty quickly this time. No worries, I'm here to keep you safe, I promise, with all I've got. No matter what kind of obstacles lie ahead, I will overcome them to prove to you I won't allow myself to be separated from you again, Commander. Okay, well, she's stuck with us now. It's not that she's stuck with us now, we're stuck with her now. How do we sum up the journals and the memories? Journals, bamboozled to become a leader, and then texting the commander over 10 years. That's basically how it ends. And then the whole of the memories that we can read so far is vaguely trying to get the commander to say something until the end. That have I maxed affinity? Yes, this is maxed affinity already, because the next thing that I can do is Covenant, and I am not pressing this button. That is the one thing I am not doing. But yeah, that's really everything though. Other than voice lines, which I never go through. But I guess she gets I guess everyone gets different voice lines at other things, at other levels. It's $5, but there's an order to these things. There is an order to these things that I like to do. So no, I'm gonna hold off on that for now. Let me see. Got that. Anyway.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to save the rest of the other ones until Roro comes. Still though, it's kind of evil. It's kind of. Do you see all these dolls that I have to get rings for, including her? I mean, I don't know how many are oathable right now, but I just wish it wasn't locked behind a ring. Yeah, I wish it wasn't locked behind Covenant. Don't like how Ro is dressed in this game. I kind of sort of agree. I like her rib sweater, the full rib sweater that she had before. It did not need to be sheer transparent material on top. It just could be full rib sweater. What's wrong with rib sweater? Don't have to show the cleavage. It was fine the way it was. Someone tell her to wear her gear properly. How does she wear her gear actually? Hold up. Let me bring up a picture of Ro. Because I don't remember how she wore her gear before and how she wears her gear now. Row 635. Let me get her mod 3, because that's basically what what her new thing is based off of. And is she in the wiki? She is. Okay. Quick check. So here is Ro before. I feel like we've done this before. But anyway, here's Ro before. I think she looks fairly well put together. Nothing unusual here. Just a lot of gear in general. It's a little hard to zoom in on the rib sweater that's not really covering a whole lot up there. But it's a very sensible rib sweater. Then we go to Ro now. Jacket I feel like is basically the same. It's a lot thinner than it used to be, or maybe it's a lot less flowy. It's a lot less flowy. It's got more openings that weren't there before. Pretty sure I did this before. Anyway, we'll go over it again. I don't mind. Skirt seems a little bit shorter. Is it just me? Skirt does seem a little bit shorter though. The biggest change to me that wasn't definitely necessary was this up here. We could have just had a regular rib sweater, but Mika said, no, let's put sheer material so we can see the cleavage. Otherwise, mostly the same. She did get a new hat. She got a new hat. Megaphone is over here. She lost a lot of gear, which counts for the less bulk, to be honest. Also changed her shoes. She went for the WDidas down here. Oh, you can't really see it though. Let me move it up a little bit. She went for the WDidas instead of whatever the heck this is. Which is fine. It's fine. Mod 3 Ro looks like a hazardous terrain combat unit. Does she? Hazardous terrain combat unit. I mean, I guess. I think there's like technically a raincoat, right? There's technically a raincoat. But she uses it like a normal jacket for the most part. This, though, cannot even be considered a normal jacket anymore. I don't think... No, I was hoping there'd be zippers down here where the slits are. There are no zippers there. It's just open. So this is just pure style. And maybe not the best... maybe not the best rendition of her outfit, but it's still mostly there. She's recognizable at least. But yeah. Anyway. Yeah, it's just for me personally, the ribbed sweater was an unnecessary sacrifice. But that's it. Skirt seems to be same size. I like the new design. Only thing I'd grab from the old would be the yellow jacket. I'm hoping what they do with everyone, because they already did it with Vivi. I'm hoping what they do with everyone is have the legacy outfit also
for Vivi, and well, Vivi starts a legacy outfit. I think everyone else will also hopefully get it. So she might get it also. Ro might also get it. So there's a chance that we can have mod 3 Ro again. Maybe. However, I feel like I feel like Vivi's outfit, at least one of the versions of it. Hold on, let me grab her again. Vector. I feel like a part of it did not look very good, unless this is just showing what you can do with it. I think for Vector, for this new outfit, I'm hoping you can remove the jacket because it doesn't seem to go well with this original outfit. This original outfit at the bottom. I'm hoping you can like remove the jacket, remove the bear ears, and then you have original Vector again. Basically, with a little bit of a change in hairstyle, but it's basically the original Vector outfit. This is nice though. I would take this. I would take that. Not sure what's going on here. It might still be something like original Vector outfit, but I don't remember. Definitely don't remember. I think this outfit is just like K2 skins with components. Technically, you could. Hopefully. Anyway. But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. Just wanted to check out what was in the archives and stuff. And I think, are we gonna be getting a new event next week? Are we we're getting a new event next week because there's gonna be what do you call this? What do you call this? We're getting Vector. But the thing is, we don't know what's coming with that, right? It's just 9 p.m. time to hit the bar. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't think I've ever gone to a bar before. Technically. Well, I guess, okay. Technically, I haven't gone to a bar just to go drink and stuff. I have been to a pub. You know, I've been to a pub before. But when I go to a pub, I'm not just there to drink. I'm there to eat and drink and maybe socialize. I say maybe. It depends on who I'm with at the time. But yeah. They're mostly overrated. I guess so. I mean, there's that old story that people like to throw around back in the day. Like this is something I've heard from the older generation, where people have gone to bars just to see who they can chat up with, and it becomes a story of, this is where I met your mother, this is where I met your father, kind of thing. I feel like bars the worst place for that. Am I just weird about that? I feel like that's the worst place to find someone you're interested in. Like, it should be, for me personally, it should be like over a hobby or something. Over a hobby, maybe at work, which may not be the best idea, but at least there's something similar there. Clubs give me epilepsy. That's another thing. I don't think I've ever been to a club before. Some cousins of mine tried to get me into a club a very, very long time ago. And when we got there, I pretended to fall asleep. Because I did not want to go in there. I basically had no desire whatsoever. And after seeing all the movies with club scenes and stuff like that, and rave scenes, I feel like I'm very well justified. It's just not my scene. It's just not the kind of place I like to vibe in. I like quieter places. I like solitude, which doesn't help with meeting people, but still, you know, it's nice and peaceful. I like it. But pubs for me at least have a nice vibe to it, because you don't have to go there just to drink. I feel like just going to drink
to get drunk is, I mean, if you need it, sure, go ahead. I like a little food with mine though. Bars typically don't have very good, or at least bars tend to have very limited menus. But pubs are great. You get yourself some chicken skewers. When I say pubs in general, when I mean specifically Japanese izakayas, because that's the one I have most experience with. I haven't been to like a British style pub before or anything like that. I think that could be a little bit fun. Get yourself some fish and chips. Get some potatoes and stuff like that. And get yourself a nice light drink. So that you don't get too drunk. Actually, bad manners to drink until you get drunk. Yeah, I figured. I figured as much. People who visit bars usually have problems in life one way or another. I see. Mostly there with a friend or a drink I can't make myself. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, that's probably a good excuse to go to a bar, you know, to like try some mixed drinks that you normally can't make. If that's the case, you could probably find me in a bar like that. I think there's a bar in Akihabara that I've heard about, where at one point they were making Valhalla inspired drinks. I don't know if they still make it anymore, and I don't remember which bar it is. I just remember seeing it on my timeline a very long time ago. I could probably ask some friends, and they'd probably have an idea of where it is. But yeah, what do you call this? That is something I would like to try. I would like to try Valhalla themed drinks just because I feel like that would be pretty fun. The one in Roppongi, I've never been to Roppongi. For all the stories of Roppongi I've heard, I try to avoid the place as much as possible, especially at night. Especially at night. Avoid Roppongi at night. Avoid what's the other place? Kabukicho. Avoid Kabukicho at night, which is, if you're not familiar with Kabukicho, you should if you're a Yakuza fan. That's just Kamurocho in Yakuza. Avoid that at night, especially because you get, what do you call this? You get, I'm trying to figure out the word. You get not catcalled. What is a thing that people do that try to get you in their place? They're called touts, I think. But I don't. What is that thing? What is that thing that they do? They try to get you in their bar, and some of those bars are hella sketchy. Hype? I don't think it's hype. But anyway, they try to get you in their bar, so that they can fill seats and stuff. Some of the bars are hella sketchy, and it does also happen in Japan still, where your drinks will either be ridiculously overpriced for what you get, or sometimes they'll be drugged. It can happen, so I'm a little bit wary about that. Red Light District Bar, I mean, that's basically what Kabukicho is, technically. No, a host club is specifically for women. The host club is like the opposite of a cabaret club. Cabaret clubs are usually meant to cater to guys. If you've seen Yakuza, you've seen cabaret clubs there. Basically, I mean, a decent cabaret club is just there to give a place for guys to hang out, spend a heck ton of cash, and chat up some girls, I guess, with whatever. I don't understand it myself. I do not understand the concept, but it's a thing. It's a thing. I would not go there alone. Go with a friend if you have to. But yeah. Typically pay for escorts. There is that thing too. There is that thing too. I think the only time I've actually been in a that's kind of close to a bar is when I went to Japan the first time, and I was meeting up with some friends. One of them was Japanese, another one was from Europe, and we were trying to look for a place to just hang out and drink we also had a fourth guy. Fourth guy was from Brazil. That was the reason why I went to Japan in the first place. I was there to visit him before he left Japan, like for a very, very long time. So we went to find a bar in Shibuya. We were at Shibuya at the time, and found it in a very, very cramped place up in a building. I forgot how we got there exactly. That part was a blur to me. I just kind of followed people and we eventually got there, but it was like so smoky. It's so smoky, and what do you call this? Because one of the vents, or I think all the vents, maybe one of the vents. Anyway, the vents were not working. So smoking there is normal, especially in a bar setting. And other people will be smoking. You don't have to, but the secondhand smoke, if you're not used to it, will definitely get to you. And it got to me, and my eyes apparently were getting puffy from all the secondhand smoke because I'm not used to all the secondhand smoke. And yeah, that was an interesting talking point. There was actually a comic made out of it, of that meeting, because one of the Japanese guy that we were with was an artist, and at the time he was making report comics of people he met at the time, and I got actually written in a report comic. If you know where to find it, you can probably find it, and I'll be very impressed if you could. But I think that's kind of buried in time by now. Just saying. I'm not gonna tell you who the artist is. You'll have to figure that out yourself. But I feel like for anyone who knows, I gave enough hints for that. It was a fun time though. It was a fun time. But anyway, that's gonna do it for me today, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I think we'll just see what happens next week. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a new event or a new chapter. So we'll start that next week when it comes around. And good luck to everyone who's going to be pulling for Vector. I'll pull for Vector on stream next time. I'll tell you my plans for my pull when that happens, but for sure. It's not going to be easy on my rolls. We'll see. We'll see if the streamer luck holds up. I feel like my luck is gonna be breaking soon, and it's gonna be because of Vector. Arsonist SMG can't be this cute week. Yeah, looking forward to it. Hope you guys are too. Anyway, see you guys. Have a good rest of your day. I should have the schedule for the week soon. We'll see. We'll see. I still need to make some thumbnails, and I need to figure some other things out. But yeah, see you guys. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye. Will it be another Toolo? Even if it's another Toolo, I still have to roll for her. So hard pity is gonna... Yeah. I mean, I have enough for it. That's not the problem. That's not the problem. The problem is how long till we get there.